Hello, my loves, and welcome to the Car Love Talk Show After Hours. Today, we are talking about, are relationships hard, or are we making them harder? Before we dive into that, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you're notified every time we post a video here on the Car Love Network.
Go crazy.
Right, y'all. We got Callie. Callie's here. I'm here, and let's see if there's anyone in the back office. Not at the moment. All right. So
where you at, Ray? I'm on the supervisor today. Where you at, Ray?
Supervisor. So before we dive into our highs and lows, we are going to dive into what are we drinking? What are you drinking? I'm gonna mix my drink on camera.
Ooh.
I have this cute little setup over here, but I have to mess it up. So I got my favorite little cup. Y'all know I like my iridescent shit. You can't
go crazy. She said she measuring. Exact measurements.
Am I though?
She's mixing that mix.
It's there for cute kids. You know what I'm saying? So we already put a little agave in the bottom.
Come on, agave.
Throw my little favorite tequila up in there or whatever. You know what
I'm saying? Crazy. We about to get the whole mixture in real time.
In real time, the little deer juice.
Come on, not deer juice.
That's what they call it.
Come on, deer juice.
I might as well. I'm not doing it though. I'm gonna mix that and then I'm gonna add the juice.
For all the liquor brands that's watching, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want amazing promotion from some very, you know what I'm saying, a creative and great personality individuals, you feel free to sponsor the show. You know what I'm saying? We will drink your liquor. Even if it's trash. We will drink it if you sponsor the show. Just put it out there.
We will drink it even if it's trash.
Even if it's trash.
That's quite the statement.
The key word is the sponsorship. Okay? The key word is sponsorship. You might hear a voice in the background of someone that should be on the show.
Check the back of this coat.
Okay, I'm checking the back of this coat.
Check the back of this coat.
Everything?
Oh no, that shit fucked up. Yeah, that shit fucked up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Real nigga got you.
I'm gonna add this.
Hold on. See, this is real. This is I am my brother's keeper. You know what I'm saying? This is what my brother's keepers be doing.
They have him out there in the streets looking crazy.
Right. I mean, his outfit fire, but the jacket give me Inspector Gadget. Why we both say Inspector Gadget at the same time?
Today, because I got gadgets.
Do you?
I know that's right.
I'll pull one out my
Don't do it.
Let's call it a hat trick.
Shut up.
Don't do it. I don't know about to say pause. I don't know about to walk out the room. I just certain statements. I don't know. Freeze up a little bit. No, okay. I guess somebody would know.
I said he want one.
I guess somebody would know.
Shut up.
I'm just, I just say
it. Anyways, the drink is made. Let's see how it tastes. Okay. It could use pineapple juice, but it's good. It's strong. It's strong.
For those who's wondering, I'm drinking too, but it's just in a different form. It's gonna be like in vapors and whatnot. Maybe not vapors, but I'm
in the comment section, please make sure you put your drinks in the comment section. If you got a recipe you want to share it, go ahead and share that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like finding new recipes to drink. You know.
We got the comments popping. What's up, Ja?
What's up, Ja?
What's up, Shay?
That sounds like it should have been in a song. What's up, Ja?
What's up, Ja? Ain't going down. Ain't going down.
Speaking of a song, check out our spotlight for this week.
Hey, Team Breeze, let's go. You know.
All right. The cool thing is we have this QR code here so you can scan to listen.
Come on.
This is a music group that Callie is a part of. That
Come on now.
Is a part of.
Yeah. Up and coming, emerging. We are a beautiful collective of creatives who just happen to make a lot of amazing music. Very eclectic, so many different vibes. Sometimes the women get a lot of attention. Sometimes God gets a lot of attention. Sometimes just navigating life and finding the words to the instrumentals that we feel kind of sets the mood and the vibe for the energy that we want you to experience when you listen. But yeah, Team Breeze right now, this link that you see, the link that you see right in front of you. If you just so happen to scan in and go to it, it will take you to our latest project we dropped maybe
Yes.
a week ago. It is Faith and Full Habits 3 Part 2. It's a second part of the ending of our trilogy, the Habits vibes. It's vibes. So just go enjoy it. And for those who are watching today, I may have a little treat for y'all. You know what I'm saying? May have a little treat. Matter of fact, if you're watching and you want some exclusive music, some unreleased, just go ahead and put treat in the comments. And when I see it, I'll find a way to get it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, I need to get the link or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got the insider
I'm gonna
scoop.
be the future publicist. Okay.
Come on. We got
booking them across. They tour and all this stuff.
I'm with it. Matter of fact, if your manager, if your booking lead ain't a woman, honestly, what you doing? Because these black women killing it out here. Shout out to Black Queens. We love y'all, especially the hustlers. For surely. We got one. This is her show. This is one right here. Display. But yeah, so shout out to the squad, Team Breeze. We're repping, of course, the city of trees, Northern Cali, Sacramento. We're going to be doing a few more shows this year, so look out for that. But yeah, go, get lost in the music, get lost in the breeze. Everybody loves the breeze, you know what I'm saying? Everybody loves the breeze.
I lost my stir. All right, my love. So go check their music out. Be on the lookout for some listening parties that we will be, coordinating this summer. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been talking about it, but it's time to just start speaking and make shit happen.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. There was something I was gonna say. Let's see if it come back to me.
What you about to say, girl?
Let's put some of these comments up on the screen. She says she's drinking an imaginary old fashioned. Delicious.
The imaginary is killing me. That's funny. That means she's really drinking water.
In real life? Okay. In real life.
I love it. Stay hydrated, my friends.
Go Team Breezy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Easy to say Team Breezy because we've been saying that since we were kids.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Team Breezy. You know what I'm saying? We in there.
She said, I like treats. We all like treats. So go ahead, y'all. If you missed it.
Hey, I ain't gonna give you no trick.
Get a treat.
Okay? I ain't gonna give you no trick. I ain't gonna play no tricks, but I'll give you a treat. You know what I'm saying?
A trick?
Trick? No treat.
A trick?
I think you rather a treat. Because who like tricks? Some people like tricks.
Some people like tricks. Some people like playing tricks. Some people like being a trick.
Some people like tricking.
Talk about relationships. That's what makes a relationship harder, being a trick. No, just
all that tricking, all that trickery. Got you stressing now. Tricks is for kids and for rabbits. Leave them tricks alone. Leave them tricks alone.
Tricks are for kids.
Right. We too old for tricks, man.
Spotlight. I'm super excited to actually scan that and go listen myself. I think I listened to the project before this one. I haven't listened to this project, so I'm excited to listen to it myself.
Yeah.
My goodness, because not the kids going wild in the background.
Go wild then.
Not today, baby.
Go wild, kiddos. It's your world. Do what you want to do. Is that not that my girl?
Let's say a little sample, Kelly. This
you want a little sample?
Get a little solo going. Look, I'm passing you.
You want a sample? All right. So this is one of my favorite projects. Well, one of my favorite tracks off the project. It's actually on part 1. It's called Validation. I'm gonna do the hook. And shout out to Kyrie KRB and everyone know Young, and they're featured on the track. And actually, this project is, I said, it's an ending of a trilogy that's been led by KRB and everyone know Youngin. But here go Validation. Acapella. I don't need your validation. I know I'm good. I don't need your opinions. I will ask if I did, even though they prey on me. I know I'm blessed. I don't need that energy. I don't need that around me. No, I don't need your validation. I know I'm good. I don't need your opinions. I will ask if I did, even though they pray on me. I know I'm blessed. I don't need that energy. No, I don't need that around me. Yeah, quick little hookies. You know what I'm saying? Quick little, we call that the hook, the hook for a reason. Quick little hookage. You know what I'm saying?
Look at
Okay, Team Cali, let's go.
Then we got the wow. We got Callie on the show on your regular
No, first of
night.
all, Ray, supervisor, soup. What you doing in the comments, soup? Huh?
He give you some props. He said, okay, little flames,
You know, I'm trying
okay.
to do better in life. You know what I'm saying? I woke up, I made my bed and everything today. You know what I'm saying?
You was on a mission.
Yeah, I woke up on the right side of the bed.
The right side of the bed. So that means you don't wake up on the right side of the bed on the other days? The other
Nah, most of
Friday.
the time I'll be making it on the left side, and mm-mm.
He said, hey, man, you the star today. I'm just imagining
We
him pointing at the camera.
we're a part of the constellation. You know what I'm saying? We're a part of the constellation. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of many stars. We all shining. I
That
would
is
love I would love to see your star shining on this show.
shut up. He said, I be shining on time too.
He definitely does. He definitely does. So the one time I'm on time, I'm talking crazy. The one time I made it on time, I'm talking crazy.
Wildin'. But that's what I remember. What I was gonna say is I'm looking forward to someday soon having Ja mixing up some of Callie's music with
Yes.
all the teams, you know what I mean? Showcasing the talents of the team members because baby, they are talented
Come
individuals.
on. Come on. Hey,
So
Jack don't even know it. He my official DJ already. You don't even know it. You heard that, Jack?
did you hear it or not?
Yeah. Did you hear it or not? Oh, that's funny. We might have to sample that. Did you
Shut
hear it or
up.
not?
As long as we can start doing these events, I don't give a damn. You
Hey,
need me in the studio? No, just kidding.
now, hey, I mean, I look. I know it's not a lane that you traveling down, but for those that know, if you know, you know. The Shay can sing too. She can sing for real, for real. Sing thing. She not back. She can't sing. She can sing thing. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Anybody I've ever drank with knows. Other than
Right.
that,
She turned into a whole jukebox.
okay, and this is the microphone. Actually, anything can be a microphone.
Right.
Like,
Fact.
you know,
A bottle, a remote, a shoe.
bottle, a remote, somebody's hat. You know what I'm saying?
That's somebody's hat. That's a
These
big ass
legs
microphone.
right here, baby. Right here like this.
Anything these hands touch. Anything these hands touch.
You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So here we are. What is it? Who is this?
Get her in the lab. Oh, that's my boy, Everyone Know Youngin. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the main artists featured on the project. You know what I'm saying? AKA Jamari.
Awesome.
Everyone Know Youngin. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, he's one of my favorite rappers. One of the best lyricists, storytellers in the game. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Just because you don't know him yet, don't mean that he ain't like that. You just you ain't found him yet, so you late.
That's right.
You late. He been like that. You late. But yeah, that's my guy.
Got you. Awesome. Not this. Look, no, you didn't told my business. He said, "Oh, word."
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, I don't know if that was in reference to him and what Ja got going on in the comment section, or if that was in reference to what you were saying. But it's on the screen. So here we are. Wanted to put this on the screen. He said, I appreciate you, my brother. It's hard to try to skim and read these stuff fast, so I can be like not reading the screen. That's what y'all do.
That's my guy.
All right, my loves. So, it was a single reference. Okay. That was his own word was too.
Hey, I put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we why not make our own jingle? We may just go have to come up and make our own after hours jingle. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely should. I need an after hours jingle. I need a jingle for the clothing brand, for the oils. Like,
So basically, we're dropping the EP. That's what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Carter love the EP. Carter love the
at least
EP.
5 jingles, for the whole network, for the after hours, for the regular talk show. Shoot, even Beautifully Imbalanced needs a jingle. Shit.
And it's on wax. This is recorded. Y'all heard it here first. So we got to do it now.
First on the Carter Love Talk Show after hours.
See what I did there? Chestnut checkers. Now we got to get in the studio. Chestnut checkers.
I'll be out there next week.
Facts. Say no more.
Be out there next week. All right, so we're gonna dive into our highs and lows. Let's see. Highs and lows. Who wants to go first?
Let me look around the room. Let me look around. You funny. All right, so I hop in. I guess I'll go. You know what I'm saying? Since everybody's rushing, I'll go. So my high for this week, I think is very special, just because I'm starting with highs. Or should I start with lows? I'll start with the lows.
I'll start with my lows so I can end on a high. That's your favorite.
Right. That's exactly what I was going to say, because that's what I would say. So I'm starting my low. The low is not really that low. It's just a minor setback. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through that unfortunate but, very relatable situation of like car issues. You know what I'm saying? And having to get cars fixed and then wait that little in between while it's getting fixed. And you just got to kind of like, Lord, I see why cars are so important. But I wish I had a horse right now. You know what I'm saying? Just something. But, and so the car's getting fixed, nothing major, just kind of getting some brakes and rotors, all that kind of stuff. And in the meantime, you know what I'm saying? The transportation is a little iffy, but we're going to make it do. I'm always get to where I need to go when I need to get there. And so that'll be my low, just dealing with the inconveniences of cars being worked on. But more importantly, my high, I think, is very special this week, just because it is something that started off as a low, and the progress of it has become a high. I had in a prior week, I don't know if it was the last time I was on here or the time before, I had mentioned that I had a friend of mine whose daughter was dealing with some serious medical conditions. She had a tumor and it was cancerous, and they found it, and she was kind of just going through. In talking to her, she's in remission. She has been showing amazing signs. She's eating. She's like become the poster child for what it looks like to recover, based on what he's telling me, and I guess that was based on the words he's got from the doctor. So, shout out to him and the fam. Just out of respect for him and privacy, I won't say the names, but shout out to him, shout out to his daughter, shout out to his family. And God is good. You know what I'm saying? God is good. So that's my high.
I love it. There was some comments from as the old people will say, the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. You got that. That's funny.
The way gas prices is looking.
I'm telling you, this economy.
In the wagon. We just gotta get a deer, y'all. We gotta get
a deer. I don't trust deer. I feel like I don't trust deer. I feel like they not gonna want to go where I want to go. They gonna keep going to where they want to go. And they gonna look at me like, nigga, who got the antlers? You want to get stuck? I need to be a horse. Right.
The rest of the way.
All right. I just feel like you smack a deer, it will literally get you off his back. You be like, what you trying to do? It's gonna square up.
What you won't do?
Deer's doing too much.
The last comment was, "Hey, resilience. We love it. We love to see the healing and the growth."
Come on.
As far as me, there was a high in here. I mean, highs and lows put in here as well. I really didn't have lows too much. 2 weeks in a row. Hey, we love to hear it. Work and personal life is the winning season.
Let's go.
It's winning season. My bad.
Let's go.
I'll put my glasses on because I'm trying to be cute or whatever. Anyways, inspection on a duplex I'm selling went down today. So
let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Right. Come on. My brother's out here winning. My brother's out here winning.
Now she asking me in the comment section. She said, "How much tequila you got left?"
Hey,
Most people don't know I'm very stingy with my alcohol, especially with
very, very. Even when it ain't hers.
even when it's not mine. Because reality is they got something to fall back on.
She be like, y'all smoke weed. All I have is liquor. This is mine. We be like, you know what? Deshae, go ahead. Deshae, go ahead.
And
You know
then,
what I'm
then I don't even drink a lot.
right.
I be planning on drinking a lot, but I don't.
It'd be funny.
I'm trying not to be this way, but I am.
You know what? We love you regardless. It is what it is.
Shut up.
You gotta love your people the way they are. You know what I'm saying?
As I am.
Yes, you are. You know what I'm saying? Flaws and all. Flaws and all.
She said my lows is that I'm thirsty, my highs is that.
Hey, she got jokes today. She got jokes today.
She asked a little friend for a shot. You was over there. She had 2 bottles. Shit.
Come on, research department. That's her nickname.
It's not he on her side. Did you answer her?
Hey.
I'm taking this conversation off.
She already told you how she get with her tequilas. I don't even know why you want to push that shoe.
I'm taking this conversation off the live. No, I'm gonna give it to her in the hopes that pretty soon I'm gonna get blessed with some finances and I'll be able to buy me another bottle. Shit.
Okay.
That's my biggest thing is I am very stingy. But it's like it comes from like a what is it called? I call it I forgot. It came in, it left. It's gonna come back to me. But it's a certain mindset.
She forgot because it's about to be some bullshit. That's why.
No, it's a scarcity mindset. I do it with a lot of different things. Like, you know how like you'll buy something for in case of emergency, and then you have an emergency, and you're like, ooh, but it's not that big of an emergency. That's a scarcity mindset. You know what I mean? And it's like when I have that mindset, it's like I'm not even giving room for me to receive certain things because I'm so holding on to this thing.
No, I feel it. I relate because that's why I be hiding certain snacks from my kids because I'll be like, you know what? It's not enough for both of us. And I just feel like right now, my
thing is, I'd be like, I don't know when I'm going to get it again. Like it's the end of the world. Like, I don't know when I'm going to get tequila again. I don't know when I'm going to have the money to buy tequila. Because reality is, priority-wise, financially, I'm not going to just spend money on tequila.
Right.
Like, weed heads. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm not just going to spend money on tequila. It's a different kind of habit. You guys can be high all day. Not all day, but you can be high in certain settings. You can't be drunk in certain settings. So I don't buy tequila as often as I would like to.
I mean, you can be drunk in certain settings. You gonna have the most fun. Whatever settings you in, you gonna have the most fun. I guarantee it. Go ahead and try it.
That's trying to get me caught up. Shit.
That's funny. Depending on the setting, you know what I'm saying?
Mindset. We are releasing the scarcity mindset. It has to go.
Come on. It has to go. We are abundant.
Because we are abundant.
Come on, go crazy.
Okay, honey.
Go crazy.
My little fake cry. All right. She told me she loved me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
love your sister.
Just come crack the door and get your little drink, girl. Like, no, just kidding.
Right. That's all she needed. That's all she had to do. Hype you up a little bit. You know what?
Well, I had already said it there. She just didn't know. I don't know why I said it like she's in the room. I said it right here for her to get.
Hey, you're funny. That is hilarious.
I never said come get it.
Right, like she's just supposed to know.
She's watching the live. She know what's up. No,
that is funny. That is funny. This is gonna be comedy tonight.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot about that. It's delayed. Okay, girl, close it because it's loud. It's delayed. When they watch it, it's delayed. So she didn't know. She said, I just found out. What do you say? They gonna find a blunt recession.
Facts. I've seen, like, I will say, weed smokers are some of the most resilient, creative. Like, they might be part magician. I've literally seen someone go from having literally no weed, but created this mindset that he was going to smoke today. And out of nowhere, he manifested a blunt. I said, bro, not only are you a weed bender, if you could use that same power for other things in life,
Uh,
you probably would have made your first million by now.
Apply that somewhere else.
I've never seen you been this determined in life. I just never seen it.
Apply that somewhere else. You know what that's
Yeah.
called? Addiction. No, just kidding.
You know what that's called? Addiction. Hey, you're funny. You're funny. Oh, they have a word for that. It's called addiction.
What is alcohol gonna do to make sure they get some alcohol? They're gonna do whatever they can to push you to that, okay?
You know what? That's similar. I've heard. What do they call them? Crackheads. They do the same. But you know, the product is so much better though. You know?
No, just kidding.
Shout out to the weed gang. Shout out to the weed gang. You know what I'm saying? We the most chillest. You know what I'm saying? You
You
can
guys
judge
are
us.
really chill. I was just telling Shaylease, and then we gonna switch gears, okay?
Go
I
ahead.
was just telling Shaylease, I said it'd be so weird because I'll be on tequila, so I'll be like turned up.
Hey.
Like I'll be like,
Yo, eyes be open and closed at the same time. She be crazy.
just a cool song.
Yeah. Go crazy. Go crazy. You know.
It's a weird balance.
But it works.
To some degree.
Respect. Respect. Respecto.
Respect. He said, I talk shit when I work drunk. The signs be there.
Yeah, facts. You talking shit regardless though, Ray. What you talking about?
I mean,
regardless.
But yeah, I don't know. I just I guess it depends on what I'm drinking, but most of the time I'm drinking tequila. And when I tell you tequila not only it kicks up the spice, but it also kicks up the flirtation. I don't need to be flirtatious at work.
Yeah, that's kind of the wrong place for that energy.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I already having to fight off the old men, okay? You're my favorite cashier.
Mm-hmm.
They like when they take the receipt, they look me in the eyes like this.
Security. Security.
One time this customer, he was asking me, I just realized I do my highs and lows. But one time this customer was asking me, like if I had kids and if I was married and all these things. And he just kept asking me, like my answers were going to change or something. And the lady behind him was like,
yeah, I was about to say he must have. How much time he got?
Like the third degree, and I was like, I know. I was like, I need like a security button or something. She said, no, you need a taser. I said, oh, she said you need some pepper spray.
Just look. This how you know she don't work in the hood, because ain't no way nobody would have been able to have that long of a conversation in the line. Because if you worked in the hood, the person behind them would have been cussing about like, hey. Move it along. She just want her paycheck. She just want her paycheck. She don't want you.
Man. Then there's other man. He asked me if I was single. I said no. He said, "You married, huh?" He's saying this as he's walking away. You married, huh? I said no.
Yeah, you should be like, yep, married to Jesus.
Boyfriend. Okay. You look good though. And he's saying this now as he's walking out the door. And I'm like 2 registers in, like 5 registers in. So he's basically in the middle of the store. You look good though.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit like that make me want to get married and get out the game early. I just can't. What am I looking like a 60-something-year-old hollering at?
Because that was the other thing. I said, somehow I brought up I have kids. He goes, I don't have no kids yet. When he said yeah, I said, oh, he gonna try to hit on me. Because first of all, sir, he was pretty up there in age, okay? Had the grades and everything.
Yeah, it gives me like you still have hope. Like they still swim? They still swimming? I don't know. I think probably just go.
Freaking Ray. after work, after you clock out, head ass.
You're right. Exactly. Not being around you. That's what I'm doing.
Shut up.
Okay. That's harassment. Okay. If a customer ever says that, jail, jail time,
Oh,
jail.
gosh. My goodness. Highs and lows for me, and then we're gonna dive into the topic. A low would be, the adulting life, paying bills. A high would be um just really accepting the community that I have. And when I say that, I mean um when you're not used to having like support, you still look for it because you don't know what it looks like, right? Now that I've learned what support looks like for me, I'm now more willing to accept the support that I have. And so I'm just grateful that I have a community that I can lean on. Whether it's like venting or, creative support or, whatever support I need, I know I can. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to have those realizations and I'm grateful to accept that because it's hard to accept help. It's hard to accept feedback. You know, we try to, well, in your healing journey, you try to look at yourself as honestly as possible, but sometimes you're too close, right? You need someone who's outside of that to help you really see yourself in a clear way. So I'm grateful for my co-hosts.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Because that's my community. That's who I get to lean on. That's who is there to support me, as well as my little baby sister. So I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that I had you guys this week because it was a challenging week. But we here now or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that was my high, my low or whatever. Because it takes a low to have a high.
Come on now. But you a champion. You know what I'm saying? Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Unbreakable, unshakable, undeniable. And my uns. Unbreakable, unshakable, undeniable.
Is that in a song? You gonna put that in a song yet?
Sure. We already got one sample. We'll sample another one. Let's just keep it going.
Okay.
Yep. That's the beat.
Woo. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to get this in the comment section. All right, so we are going to dive into our questions. I still want to hear your highs and lows, so if you haven't already put those in the comments, go ahead and put those. I will read them after the show. I think that's it. If you've reached this far and you have not liked, subscribed, or hit that little bell so you can be notified every time we post a video here on the Carter Love Network, go ahead and do that.
Do it right now. Do it.
Or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Do it right now. You're not doing anything. You're here. You're watching us. Go ahead and hit those buttons.
Hit the buttons. On TikTok, they go hit all my buttons. I'm like, ooh,
Okay.
hit all my buttons.
All of them.
On YouTube, it'll be hit all my buttons.
Wherever you see a button, hit. Just hit buttons. Just
hit the like and the thumbs up and the thumbs down. Hit the subscribe. Hit the something.
You know what? Yeah.
Both. She said both of them.
Yep, all of them.
No, there are YouTubers that will tell you to do that. Hit the like, the thumbs up for this or thumbs up. Look, YouTube just wants some interaction. Okay. All right.
Not freaky ass frogs. Y'all funny.
All right. So, are relationships truly hard, or are we making them harder than they need to be?
What a topic. What a topic. We just go ahead and start and just jump in now.
We're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive in. I can go first because I know you like to do your whole marination.
Ladies first. Go crazy.
Marination. Oh, excuse me. I got all excited so the burps came.
Not excited burps. That is funny. We all got our quirks. Not when you get excited, you get gas and you little
No, when
burp,
I
little
get
burpers.
excited and I start talking fast, that's when I start to burp.
Say them up. I'm an avid burper myself.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm
That's
trying
funny.
to dive into the topic. You want to keep talking about burps. Come on now. Let's get it together. Pull it in like this. Pull it in. Nope. I need you to pull it in like this. It's a little Lord Jesus. Anyways, um, whew, I personally think that we make relationships hard by not having a good relationship with ourselves.
Go crazy.
I feel like with that, we put a lot of pressure on our partner to show up for us in ways that we don't even show up for ourselves. I know me personally in my last marriage, I was expecting that man to love me in a way that I didn't even love myself. I was expecting him to speak to me in a way that I didn't even speak to myself. And I was expecting him to heal holes within me that I don't want to say should have been healed before we got together, but I feel like some progress or some coping or some something should have started progressing before I committed to that relationship on that level.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how we make things hard because the reality is if I don't know that this thing sets me off or why this thing sets me off when you do it, I'm blaming you. You're the problem. Reality a lot of times it's something from your past that someone else did that's
Mhm.
the problem. So you don't even know how to cope through that or ease through that or talk yourself through that. So now it becomes your partner's problem.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how we make relationships harder than they need to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that and relate. Um, I will say that I think naturally relationships are hard. And we make them harder.
Hmm.
But when I say that, not all hards are bad. Um, some hards make us better. And I think relationships are hard in the sense of for them to be good in any space, whatever romantic or not, you have to put in work.
Yeah.
And uh, I think the reason why sometimes we make relationships hard is because we don't want to put in work. I think it could be a societal thing, but most people want to be the person that all of the attention is given to, or the partner is kind of just serving them or working for them, even though most people want to say it like that, but in their heart, that's what they want. When I believe relationships are meant for two people to be serving each other,
Yeah.
two people to see each other, and as much as they have capacity for, be what they can be in support of the other person. I think because most of us don't lead with that, we make relationships that are already harder,
Hmm.
and we walk away sometimes confused as to why certain things don't work. And like to your point, we a lot of times most of I'll say most of the people that I've come across or whatever, a lot of times it's hard for us to see ourselves in the problem.
Yeah.
We see how we feel, we see how people react to us, but we don't necessarily see how we show up for people or how we show up in situations. And it takes sometimes things to go left. It takes sometimes you having certain relationships with people that you love and trust enough where they can say things to you that others can't, and you know it's coming from a good place. But also sometimes you see yourself in a relationship. Sometimes people become mirrors and they show you yourself,
Hmm.
hopefully for the benefit of challenging you to be better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say relationships are hard, but we make them harder by not wanting to do the work.
Yeah. I agree. I think that there's a lot in society that talks about how love is easy or loving is easy or these things, right? Or a relationship shouldn't be hard or there's all these rules, these unwritten rules that are put in music and put in movies. Sorry, I looked at my art and I got an idea instantly.
The mind just starts going
um
traveling.
so anyways, but yeah, so I feel like that is what changes our mindset to where we feel like we shouldn't have to work. It shouldn't have to be this hard.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're sharing your life with a whole nother individual. You know what I mean? You're an individual, they're an individual. Then don't let you bring some kids into this world.
Come on.
They're individuals.
Come on.
So everything is not gonna go your way. Everyone, you know what I mean? You're not always gonna be comfortable you know what I mean? It's just a
Yeah.
lot to ask.
Yeah.
Everything to go smoothly all the time. But I think the beautiful thing about relationships being hard is that there's an opportunity for you to truly be chosen by someone.
Come on. Say that.
The reality is you don't want to be with someone because it's convenient or comfortable or whatever. If it's challenging and you guys are both working at it to have some sort of common ground, because it's gonna get easier, and then another challenge is gonna come. You guys are gonna work through it. You know what I mean? That's how you get closer, right? But it's like a choice,
100%.
genuine choice, and for me, that's all I'm aiming for, is to be chosen every day by the same person. You know what I mean? Chosen for me, chosen for the burps and the drinks and the I don't want to smoke and no, I'm just kidding.
Nah, real talk though.
Chosen for being me. You know what I mean? For being beautifully imbalanced, for having some healed parts, but also still having a little remnants of not being healed. So there might be a day where something you say might cause me more friction than it would on another day. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot of beauty in that.
Yeah.
There's a beauty in the challenges of relationships,
but
in the moment don't feel like it. You know what I mean? 100%. In the moment don't feel like it, but also when you actually communicate with that partner and y'all have that conversation, the clarity that washes over you and the closeness that you feel with that person is like, it's beautiful.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's 100%. Very beautiful and it's very powerful. And I feel like in those situations you grow individually, but you also grow as a unit. And I'm all about elevating across the board. Okay.
Come on. Expansion. What do expansion? But yeah, I agree 100%. Did you want to say more on that?
I was just gonna say the other thing I wrote down was society norms, because I feel like that's what's made my relationships difficult as well.
100%.
The first thing was me not loving me and not being honest with myself about, like you said, sometimes we don't see our role in things. So you know what I mean? But I feel like the other thing was taking society's definition of what a good relationship is, what a healthy relationship is, or how a relationship should go, and making it my own. Taking what members of different communities I belong to, taking that on as my own identity. And the reality is we're all individuals. So what works in my relationship may not work in that relationship. You know what I mean? I might be okay with holding my own bag. You know what I mean? But she might want her man to hold her bag, even if it isn't hers. Okay? And that's okay. You know what I mean? And so it's really stepping back and really, again, getting to know yourself and figuring out what you want for you. Because I feel like we let a lot of society norms get in the way of what we actually want. Sometimes we don't even know what the fuck we want because we've been told what to want all our lives.
Come on.
Wanting a husband, this is what you want a wife, this is how you should be as a woman, you know what I mean? This is how you should be as a man. When you're a lady, you have to be like this, you know what I mean? And I feel like taking that stuff on also makes relationships hard. So I feel like really removing everyone else's voices and really figuring out what's best for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Relationships are still gonna be hard, like you said, naturally, but that is making it harder when we don't figure out what the fuck we want.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I agree 1,000% with everything that you said. I think I was gonna say, they say the worst thing that you can do is let people into your relationship. But a lot of times when people say that, they're thinking of individual people. But sometimes we let society's norms into our relationship. Sometimes we let other people's definition of what is good, what it is not. And that like, to your point, that may not be the same metric that your partner is using. And so I think relationships, sometimes we make it hard because we're not as intentional as we should be.
Mhm.
I think relationships take intention.
Yeah.
Um, you have to be intentional to even set a good foundation. I
Mhm.
think when you are building your relationship foundation on society norms or traditions that may not necessarily be proven to be positive or not, that's like building your house on shifting sand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as things come and as the winds blow, that house may not be able to stand because it's not really founded on real foundation.
Yeah.
And I also think this is more our generation than I think any prior generations. Um, Relationships move way too fast
Yeah.
sometimes. We're the generation that has a title for everything. But love bombing, you know what I'm saying, and trauma bonding, and like sometimes because we're longing for something for
Mhm.
so long, we see a piece of it. It's not even really it. It kind of looked like it. And sometimes when you've been longing, I say this from a place of empathy, I say this from a place of grace, because
Yeah.
I've been there as well. Sometimes when you've been longing for so long, you're like, you know what? I'd rather get something kind of like it
Yep.
than not be with it at
Exactly.
all. And you end up hurting yourself more and sometimes hurting other people.
Others. Yeah.
And so I think sometimes, I'm a Bible guy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta enter that word. It's so interesting to me with all the things that you find in the Bible. It literally says, above all things, guard your
Mhm.
heart.
Yeah.
And I'm always read because it's like, what do you mean above all things, God? Like above everything, guard
Yeah.
your heart. And when you think about it, like it makes sense because so much things come from our heart. The way that we feel, the way that we see the world, the way that we present ourselves, all of that comes from our heart. And our heart sometimes is shaped from our experiences, the pain, all that kind of stuff. And so I think sometimes we go around giving our hearts without guarding them.
Yeah.
Then after we didn't give it and people just slapped it out our hands, trampled it over, threw it
Yeah.
on the other side of the room, threw it on the other side of the road. Now we want to be very guarded of our hearts,
Too much. Like it's
too
overprotective.
guarded. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, too guarded. And now we end up stopping ourselves from receiving love from people who really genuinely care about us. And
And
so,
ourselves.
yeah, 100%, 100%. So,
When you put those walls up,
yeah,
we're not just blocking other people out. We're blocking ourselves out from a
100%,
certain level of self-love that we could be obtaining.
a
You know?
hundred percent, a hundred
And
percent.
we're all guilty of it. I know I do it. I I
You
get
don't love me after
scared.
we said what is.
I get scared for me, even with connecting with my co-host. These are healthy relationships, right? And for me, I get scared. Like I'll tell Shaylee, I'm like, girl, this is too like I'm about to start self-sabotaging. You know what I mean? I have to say it out loud because I'm well aware of what's happening. And then that's when I'm like, you sound stupid. Like,
Mhm.
we're not gonna do that. You know what I
Right.
mean? You
No, I've
work
been,
hard
yeah,
to get where you're
I
at.
relate.
So it's a lot of that. But I feel like it goes back to you're more aware of those things when you love you
First,
first. When
yes.
you work on your not even work on yourself. Cause I feel
Mhm.
like when we say it like that, it makes it seem like you're the problem, right? Like
Right.
you're there's something wrong with you. No,
Right, right, right.
we
You
all
ain't the
need
problem. You the
some
birthday.
love and care. You know what I mean?
100%.
Um, but it needs to come from ourselves too. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you love on yourself and you connect with yourself and you're honest with yourself, you have those moments where you can reflect and see where you went wrong in those
Come on.
situations.
Preach.
Have those moments where you can see, hey, I meant what I said, but the way I said it, the timing that I said it, you know what I mean? All of
Yeah.
those were not okay. You know what I mean? The little extra shit I added at the end was unnecessary. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? How was I expecting him to receive that
Mm-hmm.
when I called him out of his name?
Right. Right.
Little
What's
stuff
up?
like that. But another thing that I want, hold on, let me see before I dive too far off. Give me
You
2 seconds.
good? You good?
Okay. Fear of communication. I feel like
Mm.
that's a big one. I
Mm.
um on top of like you said people wanting to label one like we do label everything but also there's this pressure to label things and I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times that's because of like unresolved shit.
Yeah.
um you know what I mean? For me, I know me, so I know for me it's fear of rejection. I need to know I need the confirmation. I need the reassurance that we are something.
Yeah.
What I've learned to do is look at the patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Patterns. I don't have to label this. I see
Yeah.
what they are. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I feel like fear of communication is a big thing. It's easy for us to run to one of our friends and be like, "Ooh, this, than it is to be like, "Hey, when you said this, it made me uncomfortable. I don't know if I misunderstood it or you actually meant
Right.
this, whatever." But the reality is, we're blocking our opportunity to become closer to the person that we're liking
Preach.
or caring for or loving on or whatever, however the hell you want to label it, wherever you're at in
Preach.
your relationship. But we're blocking that
100%.
for us to grow stronger. We're also blocking the fact that they have information that we don't have. We're only seeing things from our perspective, from our reality.
Exactly.
And our friend, they're only going to see it like sometimes they're biased, but sometimes they really only have part of the story. So they only can give you so much information,
Yeah.
right? Go
Yeah.
to source.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
100%.
I mean? And so that's how I have to talk to myself because I do have those moments where I'm like, damn, but things are going so smooth. Like, you know what I mean? If I say something, it might cause some friction. It might, throw
Yeah.
some stuff off. But that's also thinking about the negative.
Yeah.
It could be positive. The reality is also, a wise friend once told me, Mr. Ricky, is that you're already feeling it.
Yeah.
Already feeling it, then there's already something to be
There.
said.
You're
You know what I
already
mean?
giving off energy.
Your feelings matter. So there's
Mm-hmm.
always there's already a conversation that needs to be had, whether you feel
Yeah.
like it's going smoothly or not. You know what I
And
mean?
I'm gonna throw it in there. Even when you don't have the conversation, you're still
Yep.
communicating.
Yeah, you are. Shut up. Y'all all know I talk to myself. If y'all
I
watch
do
the
too.
Weekly Balance podcast, I always say it's but I talk to myself all the time. I
It's
be having
documented.
long conversations.
It's
What else
documented.
audio journals are? When I say I do an audio journal, that's what I'm saying. I be like, girl,
Hey,
I'm not doing
with
that no
that
more.
being said, honestly, we need to talk to ourselves more. Honestly, I'll say this. I heard someone say that we need to do more talking to ourselves than listening to ourselves. We still should listen to ourselves, but sometimes our feelings just be feeling, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And sometimes we need to talk to ourselves and tell ourselves this is what it is. But it's a whole nother subject. I ain't even trying to take y'all to church right
No,
now.
it is though. Like, but I also feel like
That's affirmations. That's
I
exactly
feel
what it is.
like when you communicate with yourself, you learn how to be a better communicator to other people because now you
Facts.
know how to communicate your feelings. I
Facts.
now know I can say, you know what? I was overwhelmed because of this, and this. When you
Hmm.
said this, it made me think about this.
Yeah.
And I know that that's not what you're doing, but what are you doing?
Right. 100%.
Like, you know what I mean? What
Yeah.
are you doing? Because my mind is still, I'm still seeing through trauma goggles. So
Yeah.
I need to know what you are actually meaning by what you said.
Come
I
on.
can
Come on.
communicate that because
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself.
Now to that point, I want to throw this in there too. I don't think this gets talked about a lot or enough. Um, you are. I'm just go ahead and say it. You already. You know what I'm saying. I know you were in school working to get your. You know what I'm saying. Official therapist. All that kind of. You know what I mean. But you are our resident therapist within our group. You know what I'm saying. So, but with that being said, when you knew that was something that you wanted, a skill set that you wanted to actually fully develop and be able to use out in the world, you went and studied. You went and talked to or heard from people who knew a lot about the subject and were able to give perspectives that you can take now and adjust for when you go out there. I think anybody who wants to get good in sports, they go out and practice. They go and watch other athletes. They go and look at different stuff. But for some reason, when a majority of us think about relationships, we just jump in there. We
Yeah,
don't try to educate ourselves. And we know as guys, if you've lived long enough and talked to enough women, you know we don't think alike. Women think totally different than us. Yet you want to be in a relationship with one and you don't even understand
yeah,
women.
yeah,
Granted, granted, I heard someone say the day that you fully understand a woman, you're no longer a man. You're a woman. Only a woman can fully understand a woman. However, you can do the work to have
yeah,
a better understanding. You can do a work to have a better understanding of emotions and how to communicate and how to understanding hormones, understanding maybe because of what she naturally is going through. This is not the best time for this conversation. She probably just needs some steak, a belly rub, and a good movie.
yeah,
But after these next few days, there's gonna be this pocket Well, maybe that's a great time to talk to her right now. She's a lovey dovey, you know what I mean? But like, I wish we took relationships just as serious as we took other things that we wanted to learn or other skills that we
Yeah.
want to develop. Actually, go out and do the work. Listen to people, including your partner. And I'll say this too: good relationships, I feel like, are built on uncomfortable conversations.
Yes.
We have to be drowning. We can't float on the surface. We gotta drown in this. And when I say drown, not a negative drown, but like sink and sit there, like be able to sit with each other, and navigate together. And regardless of how comfortable it gets, true intimacy is me looking at her and she looking at me, and I'm saying, regardless of how uncomfortable it is, I'm here with you. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep walking. I know you're here with me, one step at a time. And I
Yeah.
think we don't necessarily, I won't say we don't want to do that. I don't think a lot of times we're prepared for that.
We weren't taught to do it.
We
I
weren't
literally wrote it
taught.
down to intimacy when you said it, right before you said it. But
I'm a street therapist.
um, but I feel like there's a lot that we weren't taught, right? And then when you go into the world and you're not taught stuff, you look for it, right? I
Yeah.
look for it in music, I look for it in movies, I look for it in TV shows. They don't show that. They show
Mhm.
the hugging, the kissing, the dates, right?
Mhm.
They
The
show the
hunting.
fights, but they don't always show how the fights get
Right.
made up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or they don't see how both people see it, how they were wrong.
Right.
Usually both parties are wrong. You know what I mean?
100%.
Um,
100%.
and so it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? There's a lot of that. And like you said, I think that people miss all the different forms of intimacy.
Hmm.
Because there's so many forms of intimacy.
So many. So
There's
many.
so many and we get so fixated on the physical intimacy.
Man.
We forget about mental, emotional.
Emotional, all those.
We forget about all of that. Even like um there's time, there's it's just like boundaries. Boundaries, there's about 7 different types of boundaries, and then even they have like subcategories.
Yeah.
Intimacy is the same way. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So there's just so many forms of
Yeah.
intimacy, and I feel like we overlook them.
We do. People, like you said, they focus so much on physical, but those who have experience of other forms of intimacy, you realize the more that you dive into the other forms, they even make the physical that much better.
Yes, but the reality is you have to acknowledge it first.
Facts.
For example, I was experiencing different forms of intimacy, but I'm still like, but we don't do this, this, and this. What is
Right.
like, am I doing something wrong?
Right.
And
Right.
again, that was me and them damn trauma goggles, or it was less trauma goggles and more lack of knowing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lack of experience.
Hmm.
And that was what I wanted to say is it is important to get knowledge like book smarts or whatever, but it's also important to go out and apply it and experience it. What I've learned recently is that though I know I've been in two very long relationships, um I feel like a lot of what I've learned about relationships I have not actually experienced.
Mm.
I feel like I have the knowledge of what a healthy relationship would look like, but
Yeah.
it's not tangible. It's not something I've actually lived. It's not
Mhm.
lived experience. It's just knowledge. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um, and so I don't have any I don't know, like it's just something I've been
That's
like
real.
going through,
That's
know?
real. That's
Like
real.
I've been even talking to my therapist about it. Like I have not experienced that. I don't have a healthy relationship to look for as
Mhm.
far as before now, right? Like I
Yeah.
said, I have that now in my life. And it's so like uncomfortable. Like, oh wow, I don't have to go through this by myself. I don't have to thug it out.
Right. Right. Right.
I can talk to him about this thing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to worry about feeling like I have to shrink to have this conversation. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because that's what I'm used to. Because it wasn't just happening in romantic relationships; it was happening in friendships, it was happening in family relationships.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It was happening across the board.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people who have experienced it in so many different areas of their life that they don't know what real intimacy looks like, or
Come
different
on.
versions of intimacy.
This
They
is
don't
real.
know what communication looks like, effective communication. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't know what those things look like. My thing, what I always remind myself when those fears creep in, is that they're human just like I'm human.
Come on.
My pastor used to say they have no heaven or hell to put you in. They cannot. When I have a conversation with you, if
Hmm.
it's about my business, if it's about relationships, if it's about whatever, right? I know that at the end of the day, it ends with me. I
Yeah.
have to make the final say so of what's going to be best for my life.
Yeah.
So, but I also know that if I've made a healthy connection, no matter what decision I make, I'm still going to have you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the conversation has to be had. You know what I mean? Like that. And
100%.
then I always remind myself too, if I don't have the person after the conversation, that needed to happen too.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever is gonna happen is what needs to happen. And
100%.
the way it goes, I'm gonna grow.
100%. And that's how it should be. I even, in the same space of learning, one of my love languages is learning. I love learning new things, especially things that you can apply to your real life. But I love learning about relationships. I long to not only, of course, fully experience love, but I long to give it and watch someone experience it. So, on that breath, I've heard different people say things like to the point where in healthy relationships, it's never you versus her. You guys are never versus each other.
Yes.
Even if you guys disagree, it's always y'all versus it. So me and her are always on the same side. We're just trying to figure things out. So how
Yep.
can we figure this out? How can we get through this? Even if it's my issue. If it's
Yep.
my issue, it's our issue. So how do we get through this? If it's your issue, baby, it's our issue. How do we get through this? How can I support you? What are some things that you need to do? And how can I be an accountable? You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes one of the pastors I heard him say, we say offense, um, but when you think of offense, it separates between two people. And every time that you allow situations to put you at odds, you put one stake in the ground.
Hmm.
Eventually, if you put enough stakes, you're not even going to be able to see each other. You're
Yeah.
just talking through
Yeah.
offense. And so I think forgiveness, communication, and comprehension. Not
Hmm.
just communicate. You can be communicating all day, but if I don't understand you,
Yep.
it don't really matter what you're saying. So communication and comprehension with forgiveness, and intentionality, I think, are the ingredients
Yeah.
for something very, very, very healthy. Because we all
Yeah.
flawed. I'm in you.
And the reality is, when you communicate often with your partner, you learn to comprehend them. You
Yeah.
learn to know how their mind works to some degree. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I still feel like even that you still should communicate. I know me sometimes because I'm very observant and I get to know people. I'm like, because if I tell them this, they gonna say this. Baby, you ain't no mind reader though. Like, we still talk. Okay.
Right.
Have the conversation.
We do the
Um,
same thing.
but
We doing the
I'm like,
same
they
thing.
gonna say this. And
Right.
then later on, I bring it up jokingly after I'd already made up my mind not to say nothing, and their response is slightly different. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
In
know
my
what?
head, I be trying to think there's like 15 different ways I can say this. And I'm trying to think what is the best way to say it to get to have you feel the way that I want you to feel. I don't
Oh,
want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel X, Y,
yeah,
and Z. I mean,
exactly.
it could be a O, you know what I'm saying, depending on our relationship and where we at. I
So
could
when you
want you to
said
feel
it,
it.
I thought you were gonna say something else. Um,
But yeah, to your point though, that's still me trying to I was like, I can't read your mind. I can't, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's control. I was
Yeah.
talking to a friend, and when we had the conversation, he was like, you're trying to control, and I understand why you're trying to control, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, and I'm like, damn. But when he said that, because I know me, I was able to take it to a next level of healing.
Yeah.
That's anxiety. For me, that's my anxiety. I'm
Mm,
trying to predict and make sure so then that way I have a soft cushion to fall on because I've already
right.
predicted. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 right.
Oh, well, if it goes this way, then I know how I'm gonna feel, or I already, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goes this way, I know how I'm gonna feel. Reality is, baby, when those real feelings hit, it's going to hit you harder than
It's
you
not
already.
it.
Stop
Right.
trying. You know what I
Right.
mean? You stressing yourself out for nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And
so
and you limit your experience. Sometimes we be
yes,
so scared to feel.
yes,
And I say this mainly for the male gender. A lot of it goes into how we're raised. A lot of it goes to society norms. A lot of the music we listen to, but like sometimes we miss out on some of the best parts in life because we don't allow ourselves to feel
Yeah,
it, sit in it. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Look at I navigate it. You know what I'm saying? Why do I feel like this? What
yep,
is it? Was I disrespected or do I feel disrespected? Or if I feel disrespected, where did that come from? Is it connected to my childhood? And
yep.
then I think having someone who loves you enough and cares enough to sit with you through that, and that right there, baby.
When you say, okay, so one of the things I learned through learning about psychology is that sometimes we go through traumatic things, right? But it's that window between when you go through the traumatic thing and when you're getting some sort of comfort that's going to determine how traumatic it's going to be going forward.
Hmm.
So when you have that partner, when you have that conversation with the partner and you get that comfort right away, it's not going to hurt you as much
No.
as, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think that's beautiful because
Hmm.
we have that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said before, I didn't have that. I'm telling you, 4 years ago when I started therapy, that was my therapist's goal. We need to find you a safety net. We need to
Hmm.
find you a community. And we've
Hmm.
been working hard. Okay. Oh, but codependency got in the way. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I started like loving on myself and getting like confident. And so I started being big, which is that's who I am, but I've always
Yeah.
suppressed that. I started being that made people uncomfortable.
Right.
Like shit, okay?
Yeah.
Look at this
Yeah.
now.
Right.
Okay.
And it's crazy
Um,
to me because God showed you a long time ago He wanted you to be big because of the size of the head that He gave you. And the thing
yeah.
is, like, that
But
was for
you
the
know what's
beginning.
so funny? No, what's funny? Okay, this is so funny. Because you and the other Ray, not the Ray in the comment section, you guys tease me about having a big head. And I sent him the other day, I sent him this TikTok of me when my very first TikTok, and it was right after I had lost hella weight, and my head looked huge because I was so tiny, right?
Oh, bobblehead.
But it reminded me of my when I was a little girl. This is big, like you said, this is day one. Because
Hey,
I remember I had this my hair, I had the big ass head.
noggin.
My mom had me in a turtleneck long sleeve that was body fitting, not body fitting, but it was fitted. And I had these leggings on, and I looked like I had a big ass head.
Hey, there will be signs. There will be. God was like, I need you to be big,
Yo,
and just in case, if you ever doubt, look at
just
what
look
I put
at
on
here,
your shoulders.
ho.
Look at what I put on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Literally and figuratively. Look at what I put on your
Uh-oh.
shoulders. Literally and figuratively. Look what I put on there.
You know what's funny though? Because after I had that memory, I said, "Damn, he kept me the whole time."
It is what it is. Let me just go ahead and come out with a line of headbands. You know what I'm saying? Capitalize.
I got a
Why
hair
noggins?
collection coming out, you guys.
Why
It's
not?
already out, but we're rebranding.
Why
We're doing
noggins
it
are us?
over with. You know?
For the irregular head sizes.
Shut up! My head is
Y'all need love
regular,
too.
okay?
Y'all need love too. Come on now.
All right, I want to dip into the comment section before we move to the next question.
Yeah, we got some good stuff in there.
Yes, I'm gonna scroll back up because I was there and then I'm left it. I left it. I accidentally clicked something I wasn't supposed to. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Relationship dynamics are ever evolving. It's
Come
only
on.
hard if you're in front of a hater or one of you resists adapting. I do
Yeah.
feel like resisting adaptation,
Mhm.
resisting
Well,
sharing your life with someone. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Like that means sharing. That means they're getting a portion, you're getting a portion, we're all getting portions. You
Yeah.
know, I feel like that means we talked about it a little bit last episode. You know, being active and involved in each other's lives. Yes,
Mhm.
we have a life outside of each other, but being active and involved in each other's lives. What's important to you is important to me, even if I don't know a damn thing about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like that goes for every relationship. You know what I mean? Just like we talk about here on the show, Jaws DJing is important to all of us. Your music is important to all of us. Charcuterie is
Come
important to
on,
all of us.
charcuterie.
You know? So I think that, like you said, being intentional about adapting and communicating and being involved in each other's lives, I think is really important.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Flourish and foster these relationships. If you in front of a hater, Ray is funny.
Ah,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah, it's just been,
oh my
yeah,
gosh, those two words next to each other was throwing me off.
it's just been.
Our downfall. And I
Take
was
your
like, "Arr,
time.
arr, arr,
Right,
arr,
right. Had your tongue in a headlock. Yeah, just,
arr, 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 arr."
I really believe in this. This kind of speaks to intention. I forget what it is, but it's one of those laws where if you do nothing, it will, like, anything that's left to itself by itself that has nothing going on will slowly deteriorate by itself, will slowly destroy. If you sit in a chair and you don't move, your body will slowly start deteriorating by
Yeah,
itself. So relationships that have no intention, relationships where y'all just there, y'all just looking at each other, waking up, smelling each other's morning breath. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just going through the motions. Eventually, people wonder why they drift apart because they're not being intentional. They're not checking in. You may go out on dates, but are you really connecting with her? Is she
yeah,
really connecting with you? Are you really? Do I set aside distractions so I can look you in your eye when you're talking and I'm listening? Am I, you know what I'm saying? Am I thinking of you throughout the day, and am I reflecting on what we talked about? I'm like, oh, okay, okay, now I get what she was saying. Like, how intentional are you? And your level of attention will sometimes determine your level of intimacy. If
mhm,
you're not intentional, okay, it's hard to be intimate when you're not intentional.
yeah.
And people feel it. People feel it. People know when you zone out. People know when you're there, but you're not there. And yeah, there's a lot. So that lazy demeanor, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you can't be lazy. Can't be lazy in a relationship. Not at all.
Actually, I have a question for you specifically.
For me?
Entrepreneur, are you? I mean, those in the comments can answer for sure because there's a lot of entrepreneurs who watch this show. But one of the things I've heard from women who date entrepreneurs is they don't feel like they receive that
Hmm.
undivided attention. That yeah, undivided attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in your relationships, friendships, romantic, whatever, 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 how do you structure that?
It When I say it, it goes back to the basics: communication. If you know you have a busy schedule, and especially in a space where there's romantic and things like that, communicate that.
Yeah.
Sometimes communication is, "Hey, this is my calendar. Be a part of it." Communication is, "Hey,
Part of it.
uh, you know what I'm saying? You go see it. You know
Hey, an
what I'm
hour
doing.
slot. I
You
can
texting me and I'm not texting back. Look at the calendar. I'm in a meeting." You know what I'm saying? Like, um, uh, it's also being intentional with time. I,
calendar.
I,
No,
I
just kidding.
heard I heard this. I think his name is Willie Moore Jr. He's a big personality. I think he has a radio show, but he also does speeches across the world. And so he was saying how, like, him and his wife kind of developed this thing since he's constantly on the road. For every trip that has to be taken for work, he plans a specific event for the family when he gets back. And so it's almost like they don't mind him being gone because they know every time he's gone, that means there's going to be this family event coming and when he gets back. And so I think when you already are busy, when you already have things going on, it's even more important for you to be intentional. And let's just be real. There's this saying: if he wanted to, he would. If she wanted to, she would.
I
It's
never heard
really
the she one.
right, right, right. I mean, but this is the sassy man era, so we're saying it now.
Okay, sassy.
If she wanted to,
Oh,
she
I can
would.
call you sassy now.
I mean, if
The
if
last time I
being if
called you
being
sassy, it was a
and look,
problem.
if being emotionally intelligent, if being a man with boundaries, if being a man that will
Oh,
say
you
what
know
needs to
what's
be
funny?
said,
Even your friend was like defending you. Like, I don't know what that means.
you
Girl,
know what I'm saying?
sassy. I don't like that.
Hey, if that
I
if
was like,
that's
well, he's sassy. So,
if that's what being sassy is, it is what it is. But I
yo,
I I think, it doesn't take much to let a person know that you're thinking about them.
yeah.
It doesn't take much to be like, "Hey, I got I got 5 minutes in between this. I can't really call, but I thought about you, and I just want to let you know. It doesn't take much to be like, hey, I can't really talk to you right now, but I just wonder if you hungry. I got a couple dollars. Can I send you something in DoorDash? Can I? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take much to do those things. So I feel like not only do you have to be extra intentional when you already are doing other things on entrepreneurship, I think it also hits different when people know that you're busy and
Yeah.
you're making time for them. They know you don't have the time. So when you do these things, it's like, damn, he made time for me. Damn,
Yeah.
she made time for me.
Yeah.
And lastly, I'll say this, and this I more so say from a family dynamic, as much as possible, include them.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that I gotta go do myself, but there's other things where it's like, nah, you can come to this event, or I'm gonna take the kids with me. Come with me. We going
Yeah.
to the studio together. We're going to this, and so now you're not only looking at me from the outside looking in, like, oh, he's doing a lot. I get to be a part of it. I get to see it. I get to, in good relationships, and this is kind of how I end it here. I think, especially as a man, when you're connected with an amazing woman, that dare I say, amazing black woman. An amazing partner that just so happens to be an amazing black woman. If you're, I think, open. This is me. This is my impression. It's my perspective. I feel like if you're open enough, if you're intentional enough, and if you are vulnerable and showing yourself, an amazing partner, i.e., black woman, she will see areas of what you do and be like, okay, I can help him here.
Yep.
Oh, I see how he does that, but what if he did it like this?
Yep.
And literally, if you allow yourself to be intentional and allow them to be a part of that,
Yes.
they will start to give you things that you couldn't even see for yourself.
Exactly.
They'll give you tips. They'll be able to see things you couldn't see. And before you know it, you like, well, damn, do I got me a whole business partner in the bedroom? A whole bit about we about to be discussing business over the pillow.
Life.
Look,
Okay.
we structuring deals at the pillow on the pillow.
On
Go
the
crazy on the pillow. That's
pillow in the bed.
financial. Look, financial pillow talks. I'm with that already. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm making money every hour. Okay.
I'm with that. I'm with that. More vacation time. More vacation time. Let's do it. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
called automation. No, I'm just
Come on
kidding.
now. Come on now. And so, as a person with a busy schedule, that's those have been my keys that have helped.
Yes. My greatest lesson that I keep relearning is quality over quantity.
Come on.
Like you said, it don't take that long to message a person back. I fell off from messaging my community. And even with like the kids, like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with y'all, but I'm gonna do it on this day because I
Mhm.
have greater time. Then that day comes and I'm exhausted.
Right.
Can we lay down and watch a show together? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm learning to just take those micro moments. You know what I mean? Sometimes I
Yeah.
want to have a long conversation, but sometimes as long as the conversation is deep, it don't gotta be long. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
This is true.
So I've been learning that. I think, like you said, to just making that time. Everyone knows I'm busy. You know what I mean? Everyone knows, they know I'm busy, especially the people in my community. Um, but prioritizing our connection, because that's what it is. Those moments, those little conversations, those taking the time to watch those reels, taking the time to send reels, taking the time to check on one another, to share a post, to see, hey, what's going on in your business? Because I haven't been on social media. Like, what you got going on in your business? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taking those moments are incredibly important. Um, and so, like, that's one of the greatest things that I'm learning when it comes to being busy and having relationships. Because honestly, I'd be like, Gravy asking me, like, do you have any friends? And I'd be like, no, I don't have friends. And he'd be like, why? And then I'd be like, after I think about my life, I'm like, do I need friends? Because that's a lot of work.
I
'Cause
have to give more energy.
I'm like, ah, that's more people have
I
to
gotta listen to somebody else's problem. Yeah, and that's real though. That's real. I think we don't really look at it like this, but I heard someone say the cost of community is convenience. If
Yeah.
you want to have a community, if you want to build relationships, you got to let go of convenience to a certain
And
extent,
you know what?
and it's hard.
mine
It
was
is,
telling
it
me,
is hard.
friend said that she only connects with her out of convenience, and when something's inconvenient for her, she falls off. And I
Mm,
had to ask myself if that's something that I was doing. You know what I mean? Another friend posted something in his story, and it was this repost that said that people only communicate with men when they need something. So
mm,
again, I had to reflect because the majority of my community is men. Like there's probably like three women, but most of it is men. I have to reflect on what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because I can have good intentions all day long, twice on Sunday, but if you don't feel me or hear me, it don't mean shit.
100%.
It's just a thought that just chilled in the back of my mind. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Um, and so I think like you said, being intentional and putting
Yeah.
including them where you can, all the things.
Mhm.
And
And
then
boundaries.
yeah,
Boundaries. The boundaries. They are so important. So
bound.
important. So
That's
important.
the other thing too for me is yes, I am making time for the people I care about, but I'm also like, hold up now. I gotta make some time for me too.
It's a balance.
Put me first, Lucius.
Hmm. It's
So
a balance. It's a balance. Well, I think we talked about this in one of our first conversations. You can't pour. You're not supposed to tilt your cup when you pour into people.
mhm,
It's supposed to be flowing from the overflow
yeah,
of
yes,
what's important into yourself.
exactly. My newest affirmation though is that I'm a fountain.
Mm.
Because reality is
Go crazy, fountain.
so many people, one that I want to reach, right? That are my
Yeah.
immediate people that are right here. But then there's also people that I'm called to reach. So
Yeah.
I need to be a fountain. So my overflow needs to be tenfold, a thousandfold. You know what I mean?
100%.
So that
100%.
means the amount of love and care that I have to give myself, it has to happen. The boundaries have to happen. The healing has to happen. That means I need to take time to dance and do art and
Come
spend
on.
time with people I love and do
Yep.
these things that pour into me so that I can
Mhm.
be overflowing. You know what I mean?
Recharge. Recharge is real.
Yeah.
Recharge is real.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh. And we talking about intimacy. Intimacy is having a partner that understands your recharge rituals and then plays a part in making sure you get it.
Yeah.
Intimacy looks like, hey, leave mama alone. She doing her thing right now. What you want?
Yeah.
Intimacy looks like, hey, right now this is dad's time. He may not be doing nothing but kicking the shoes off his feet and smoking a blunt.
That
But
part.
if that's what he need, that's what he need. And so having relationships that are intimate enough where they see you, they know what you need, and then they play a part in making sure you get it. What? What? Baby, that will save the world, baby. The world.
The world.
Waterworks. Ooh,
Okay, Scorpio mine.
what the waterworks?
Okay. He said, okay, I'll say from experience, it's still a fine line. The one on the go has to
Oh
go
yeah.
on
Open
the
flow.
go and at home in certain aspects. So it's a lot for everyone in those scenarios for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but I always think about those scenarios when two, when there's two on the go going hard. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
there's two separate, and we touched on that a little bit last week as well. Because reality is I am I when I'm in a relationship, I'm incredibly supportive. I as a,
I see that.
what's it called? The word will come to me. I always have an idea for everybody's business. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see something or we'll be having a conversation and
Consultant.
it's
Mm-hmm.
idea.
Yeah.
So then also because I have the idea, of course I know how to implement it. You know what I mean? So I want to be a part of it. I also want to see you grow.
Right.
So if I have a partner and they have I'm going to be right there with them, but I also got my own stuff. Like I feel like there's ways to make it work. There's ways to, like you said, communicate those things, but there's also those times where it's like this time, this moment in the business is just for them. This
Mm-hmm.
moment in your business is just for you.
Yeah.
But the support is still there in some way, shape, or form.
100%. 100%. Come on now. Honestly, I think the best relationships are when two givers meet. When two
Yeah,
givers run into each other and now they just trying to outgive each other. That is such a beautiful relationship.
yeah, I agree. You have to say this. Have you seen this movie?
She's my queen to be. Come on, coming to America. Come on.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I just want to circle back to one more thing that he said up here.
Come on, circle back.
Because it's powerful. Your home has to be
Yeah, I
set
thought that too.
before anything else can flourish.
Yeah.
You are your home, FYI.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that needed to be said by someone
Yeah.
other than me.
100%. 100%.
Because y'all know I'm gonna preach self-love all day long, twice on Sunday.
Right. 100%. Because if you can't show up for your own house, how you gonna be a blessing to somebody else's? And then even if you are a blessing to somebody else's, how you gonna be more of a blessing to somebody else's house than your own?
Man.
It's so crazy. You nice to everybody else but your partner.
Or you nice to everybody else but yourself.
Ooh, go crazy.
You're nice to everybody else but yourself.
That's
How
it.
do you speak to yourself? How do you care
Mm,
for yourself? You know, a lot of people talk down on themselves. They're sweeter to their partner than they are to themselves. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They take better
Yeah.
care of their partner than they take care of themselves. And there's this African saying that I learned from Maya Angelou.
Come on,
And
Africa.
damn, what is it? So basically, it's like
Paraphrase.
there's this nude man and he's offering clothing to another person, but it's like, nah, baby, you don't even got no clothes. Like,
Right.
I mean,
That's
you
very unsanitary.
you don't have, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
And and that's when I learned more about self-love as well, because I was already on my self-love journey, but then I learned that I feel like she started that. Like it got trendy during COVID, but I feel like she kind of started that movement. But it's just important for you to, make sure that you
Got to.
take to yourself, you communicate with
Yeah.
yourself in a
It
positive
starts with
way.
you. It
You lift
starts with you.
yourself up, you know.
You can't give someone something you ain't got.
Yep.
Come on now.
The other comment was there's so many new levels of support that people aren't used to from their past relationships, and relationships being more than just sex and still having great sex while still
Come on,
having sex.
come on, great sex. Shout out to great sex.
Shut up. That's what you took away from that, huh?
Honestly, come on, that's a perk of great relationships. I mean, technically, you can have great sex and toxic ones too. But
Yeah.
a perk
Okay.
of great relationships is when the great sex meets the great intimacy, greets all these different things, and
And it makes it
in that sex you feel safe. You know what I'm saying? It's a different level of what's the word? Different level of climaxing. Different level of yeah. When all
mhm.
those things are in place.
Yeah,
Shout out to Great Sex.
all the details matter. He said euphoria. Is that the word you were looking for?
There, you know what? We'll go with that. Euphoria. Euphoria.
I call it the post sex high,
Come on.
but
Yeah.
that's long. Euphoria sounds better.
It's different when you finish and you like, you know what, that was bomb.
Okay, listen,
She really liked me.
details matter, but we don't
She
save
really
that
liked
for your partner.
me. I could tell by that she really fucked with it.
My favorite thing is, oh, you know me. Oh, you know me.
Hey, that's funny.
Oh, that's funny. All right.
I'll get my pillow in my thoughts. That's all right. Hey, oh man, that reminds me of that little meme with the dude in bed. He just got the phone and he just smiling.
Different level of first times. I think it's beautiful. I was actually just reflecting on that recently because now that I get to experience healthy connections,
Come on.
to experience different types of first times. I also get to experience first times. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That are powerful, that are also healing. Because everything is healing once you find the lesson and apply it.
Right.
But it's just so powerful when something is, I don't know, it's just like almost immediately uplifting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like immediate growth. And like y'all know I'm impatient.
Mhm.
So that instantaneous, I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And to your point, because
Dude,
there, just as much as we can, of course, receive and experience trauma in relationships. To your point, we can also receive healing. And sometimes the most, to your point, sometimes the most healing things is when you run into a situation in a prior relationship that this kind of went left, but then with this person, surprisingly, it goes right. You have the conversation, you tell them how you feel. In a prior situation, you experience defensiveness,
yeah,
experience the spatula where they're flipping it,
yep,
and then it almost surprises you when they're like, you know what, I can see what you said. I'm sorry, I'm
yes.
mad. You almost be like, hold on,
You like,
would you? Why
you
would
don't
you
want
say
to fight
that?
me?
Yeah, like we good? Like uh, you apologized. Oh,
We still gonna hold hands? Okay.
okay. All right, good. Like those moments be like, oh, so this is what it's supposed to be
It's
like.
powerful. It's
Yeah.
powerful, but also it's reassuring to your sense of worth, right? When we're in those
Mhm.
situations, a lot of times after you experience that over and over, it chips away at your worth. Maybe I deserve this, or maybe this is how it's supposed to be, or this is what relationships are supposed to be like, or this is how I'm supposed to be as the man.
Yeah.
But as you come out of those and you start to heal and love on yourself, you love you, but now you need to go out in the world experiencing someone else loving you.
Loving
So when
you.
you experience that, it's like, oh, I
Go
mean, I
crazy.
knew I was worthy, but damn, I'm worthy. I'm feeling the worth. You know what I mean?
Go crazy.
Confirmation.
Yeah, 100%. Can you feel the love tonight?
That's the way. That was my ringtone for a long ass time. I
Word.
have a bottle just like this. Fuck a
Come
mic.
on
I'm
now.
just kidding.
Wait,
I'm
now
actually,
I think about
I'm
it.
gonna have one of your wine bottles that you like to.
Just facts. Facts. Come on now. Shout out to the Lion King. I just realized it wasn't Simba's his bae. Her name was Nala. Was it Nala?
Duh.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
What? I'm hella slow.
shout out
Sloppy.
to the uncle,
Hella slow. I'm
bruh.
just connected and I was like, oh,
Gotta get an uncle, bruh. Look,
Nala.
what? The Uncle Award does not go to you.
5 years later.
No, I mean, I guess I can't say that because she would call her Nyla, so
Okay. Well,
both y'all fucked up.
it'd be like that.
Both y'all fucked up. He said, what you experience? What you in these streets experience?
Who we talking to?
Talking to me, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Stuff that I experience now, and I'm growing and shit. We go. That's a voice message for later on. Cause that's why I be telling my business out here on the
That
line.
was a hell of a gulp just now.
Dude, there are people watching me.
Woo. Yeah,
No,
this is live, Ray.
live.
Hey, I know it's after hours, but that's an after hours after the show conversation. No, but
I mean, I ain't gonna give them all them details. The way you sounded, you sound like I was about to be running my mouth now. Okay. He said, "Y'all
ooh.
want ratings or not?"
You're
Listen, I'm
funny.
trying to build a healthy relationship. Okay.
They make the type of ratings we vote. They, you know what I'm saying? We go get them.
Dig into my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what is it called? That's not the foundation we want to set.
Not at all. That's a very shaky one. Shaky. Ooh.
How does ego show up in relationships, and in what way does it create unnecessary conflict? I will speak for myself.
Go crazy.
there is a certain ego or mindset that has been taught to women, um, that it works for some women. Um, but for me, it's like the being catered to whole thing. Like, I mean, we're queens, but I'm expecting my man to be a king, so I'm not. I mean, he doesn't bow down to me. That's not the goal, right? That's not
Right.
what we want. But that's what we were taught to want. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He need to be doing this and he need to be doing that. Okay, but baby, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But I also feel like for me, I have ego around there's a certain sense of entitlement that comes after a title comes over a relationship. And I feel like that causes friction because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, we are two individuals that are sharing our life together.
Yep.
So that whole you should be doing this and you should be doing that, and I shouldn't have to ask you for you know what I'm saying? All these little
Mhm.
unwritten rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had to let that go. I feel like that got in the way of a lot. I've learned to let that go. I've also learned that each connection is different. You know what I mean? Um, what works with me and you as a friend may not work with me and this other individual as a friend, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And boundaries are different. And you know what I mean? So I feel like sometimes I have to check that entitlement. For me, it's that's what it usually goes more entitlement. I feel entitled to a person's time or energy or information. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, oh, I feel like you should have told me first, or why I
Mhm.
didn't know, why I didn't get the link to the music, but you sent it to me to put on the flyer. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I see what you did
Shout
there.
out to the spotlight.
See Breeze in the building. That's funny. Nah, but that's 100% real though. That's 100% real. That entitlement is a relationship killer.
But sorry, before I dive deeper into
Nah,
that,
go ahead. Go
before
ahead.
you go deeper into where you're going, the thing is, I feel like acknowledging and communicating, right? Because I
Mhm.
can communicate, hey, I felt away because this, right? You know what I mean? But sometimes people hold on to that, and that's when I feel like it becomes even more destructive because you're holding on
Yeah.
to it. And like you said, even if you don't say nothing, you're still moving a certain way.
Yeah, the energy's still there.
There, your actions are fluctuating. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
might be like, you might send me your music link, and I might just open it and close it. I might not even click play because you
Mhm.
should have sent it to me first.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I
It
should have
creates
heard it for such and such, such and such and such.
it creates issues that weren't even issues.
Exactly. And you're like, why? Like, first of all, why do you feel like you should have heard it first? Okay.
Like, like girl,
I'm
I,
sharing it with you now.
it,
So why are
it,
you gonna push it away? You know what I mean?
right,
Like
right.
all these little unwritten rules that people come up with, and the reality is they're unwritten.
Yeah.
So if if I don't tell you, how will you know?
Come on, you hit it on it. That's one of the things I was gonna touch on.
If
Yeah.
something is bothering me, how will you know if I don't say shit?
Hmm.
But I really came from a he should know. My energy is speaking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'd be like, why wouldn't he know?
Hmm.
You can look around and see, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, my friend would have known. You know what I mean? I had a friend, she knew, she could tell when my energy was off. When I said something a certain way, she knew something was wrong. When I posted something on social media, she knew something was wrong. We were codependent, that's why though. But
Yeah.
she knew my orders when I go get food. She knew. So I'm like, if she know, I know my man should know. Okay?
Right.
He should know everything, you
Right.
know? That's not the way life works.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah. Ego gets in the way of everything. Ego shows up in relationships as blinders. And touching on some of the things that you said, it creates, like you said, this entitlement to where you're just like, well, you should just know, or you must see how I think. So I'm gonna do it this way, and you should just know this is the way I do it because I always do it like this. And it's just like, well, no, okay, you might have did it a couple times, but still communicate to me.
Yeah.
Um, I think one of the biggest things though is ego. The more you lean into ego, the less you lean into consideration and kindness.
Yeah.
Ego causes people to be rougher when there should be time for softness.
Mhm.
It causes people to move selfishly when you should be considering the other person.
Mhm.
Um, Ego, it affects both male and female, but speaking from the male standpoint, ego sometimes has you playing roles that you were never meant to play.
Yeah.
Um, I really like in this space of like I'm intrigued about relationships. That's and so when I think about relationships in the sense of like marriage, coming from a biblical standpoint, there's this idea and theology of headship, and a lot of times people confuse even in that space headship with leadership. They get into the space because I'm the man and I'm in this space that my woman or my partner can't lead in any other things. I have to lead in every moment.
Yeah.
But headship and leadership are two different things.
Yep.
What if you just so happen to be connected to someone who is very good in the area that you suck in?
Yep.
If you're a good leader, you would understand that and you would be able to step back and say, "Hey, in this season, you got it, baby girl. Let me know how you need me to support you. But this, you own this, and you lead in this moment. But in
Yeah.
other spaces, for whatever the dynamic is, of course, I'm gonna step in. And I think when you are leading from an ego, or when you are just kind of moving in ego energy, you're blind to all of that.
Yep.
You will destroy your own situation just based off of this idea that I have to do X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
Also, ego makes you believe that, and I'm speaking from the male standpoint, but I kind of wanted to say this just because I know this affects a lot of males, especially when you have families, you start to have kids, things like that. Ego will make you think that providing is only in one space.
Mhm.
It'll make you think that, oh, because I'm paying the bills, oh, because there's food in the fridge, oh, because we have a roof over our head, that I've done enough. Like
Yep.
I've provided.
Yep.
Now give me everything that I need and granted, those things are nice. Security is a good thing. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. Security is very hard to be in a very loving relationship with you know when those things are shaky. That's there's stress there. But there's so many other levels of providing that sometimes gets looked over.
Yeah.
And when you are moving an ego, you don't see how providing kindness, providing a safe space to just communicate, providing emotional support, providing mental support. Um,
Being
you don't see
primary
those things. Yeah, facts. You don't see those things, and so I think ego is honestly one of the biggest killers of relationships because it makes you blind to the person that you're with, and it
career. Mhm.
has you believing things that are not true.
Yeah.
Believing that you have to do things that you don't have to do, and
Yeah.
believing that your partner wants things from you that they don't even want.
Yep. Yep.
So,
And it's touched on in the comments. I'm gonna put the comment up and I'm gonna make my remark, but I feel like the ego that women, black women carry is that we have to be strong or we have to do it all or we have to have this certain level of power or we're going to get walked all over. So I feel
mhm,
like that's what has us living in that masculinity instead of allowing ourselves to have that femininity and allow ourselves to experience what we're actually deserving of, you know what I mean?
mhm,
And so I feel like going into those connections with that ego, with that mindset, with that, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. This is what, is what I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm supposed to handle it all. I'm supposed to
yep,
just do it all. I feel like you said, it becomes very damaging and it makes a relationship 10 times harder than it has to be.
100%.
But it also messes up the dynamic. For me, my biggest thing is it's creating a cycle, right? Because when I notice that dynamic, I'm like, now I have 2 kids looking at me. They're watching
Mhm,
everything I do. So now I'm teaching them
mhm,
this is how it's supposed to be. And
yep,
I'm not happy. I don't want my kids to grow up and put themselves in relationships and not be happy.
100%.
So, uh,
Yeah,
really taking the time to acknowledge that and really look at your ego and how that's showing up in your relationships is incredibly important.
yeah. And let's just go ahead and say it here. There is no positive space for ego. Like there is no room for it. You can have confidence, but ego in itself, and at least the way I define it, ego in itself, I think, has no positive benefits. I can be confident and still humble. I can be confident and still and big and large and still considerate of other people.
Mhm.
I can be confident. I can be outgoing. I can be passionate. I can be zealous, but still have love for other individuals. I think anytime you hop into ego, it's it's the lack of consideration for others. You're only really focused on you, what you want to feel, and how you want things to be. Um, yeah, I don't really, me and ego. Mm-mm.
So when I
Ego death.
there's so it's defined here as healthy ego and high ego. So what you define when you say you can be confident in this, and this, and still be humble, whatever, that's healthy ego.
Mhm.
The high ego is what you're defining as just ego,
Got you.
uh,
Okay.
because that's when so it's saying. Sorry, I looked it up on Google because I'm
You know,
like
learn from learn.
I have big ego and I'm comfortable with it. But I'm also saying it wrong because I have healthy ego. It says a big or unhealthy inflated ego is often associated with conceit, insecurity, and
Yeah,
excessive need for admiration.
yeah. It's usually rooted in fear. It's rooted in
You know
fear.
what I mean?
Hmm.
It's blinding you because you're trying to do all that you can to get these things that you feel like you need. When the reality is, if you let that shit go, the people you care about are going to give you the stuff that you're looking for, anyways.
Yeah,
You
hundred
know what I
percent.
mean?
Okay. Learn
Yeah.
something new. I told you love language learning. Okay, okay. Healthy
Yeah.
ego. Shout
So
out to healthy ego. I rock with
so
healthy ego.
basically, yeah, you were describing healthy ego, but what you don't like is high ego, which is like
Mm-mm.
that big
I
inflated.
like being high, just not high ego.
uh, yeah, entitlement and boundaries are major things to navigate.
Right.
Said, what do you say? Maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, because you said right before that,
I was
that
about to,
pride.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's positive pride too, though. You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
definitely prideful, and I have to be like, girl,
Mm-hmm. Me too. I got so it could be a
bro,
Scorpio thing. It could be 11 or
yeah,
17, 18.
chill out. I
So,
have
so,
a lot of pride around knowledge, but then I also have a high ego around knowledge too. Because sometimes
mhm.
it's situational though. Sometimes I'll be like, nah, because I know. And then I learned something within that I didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you should have just sat there and been teachable like you normally, like you normally are.
Right,
You don't want to be like, I know what I'm talking about.
right.
But one thing about me, I know when I'm wrong. I can say that I'm wrong. I'm
Yeah,
like, okay, you're right.
look, accountability looks good on you. Accountability.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I'm settling in, and there's always areas that can be improved, but I really love this version of me that's developing to where if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I think the goal for me now is not to be right; it's to just be better. And
Yes.
so when you're not fighting to be right and you're just trying to be better, it doesn't matter who's right. It doesn't matter
Also,
who's wrong. Yeah.
just accepting someone else's truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't have to be right.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But if this is what's right for me and that's what's right for you, I respect
There
it.
it is.
Best
Yeah.
for you in your life.
Yeah, and especially if you can communicate it to me, go crazy. Okay, bet. I got you. I don't even
Mhm.
I think this I heard someone say
I'll be right here when you fall on your ass. No,
right.
just
I heard someone say we spend too much time trying to understand people when we should be just appreciating them.
yeah.
And sometimes we don't even understand ourselves. We have moments where it's like, damn, why did I do that?
Well, what I learned recently is I spend too much time trying to be understood instead of just being present
Yep.
where I'm at and who I'm with.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I find myself extending stories or stumbling over my words because I want to say it in a way that you're going to receive it or to understand me. Reality is I have no control over that. That's why
Yep.
when I said I have to release that trying to control everything. I have no control over how you view me. I have no control over how you receive the messages that I have to say and all the things. But I do have control over being true to myself. And
Yeah.
you just gonna have to get that however you get it, you know?
Hey, do you see supervisor in the comments?
I know. 10 minutes, no rush though. No rush. I already knew we were gonna go over today. Not gonna
Of
lie.
course, it's one of them topics. It one of them
Because
topics.
we're only on question 1, so we've only done. We still got 4 more questions.
I think out of we be yapping. We some yappers. It's quality yapping.
It's
It's
quality yapping.
it's upper
Okay,
echelon yapping, top tier yapping, but it's still yapping.
that's why you should have been here, Ricky. No, I'm just kidding.
Right,
Because we would have
right.
cut it short because we would have known there was another person to make a comment.
Yep, we putting the blame back on you.
You could put the blame on me. You could put the
We
blame on
we
me.
really only answered one question. What are the follow up?
One of the follow-ups, yeah. The second one is coming in now, coming in hot. The question is, are our expectations realistic or are we setting people up to fail without realizing it? Are our expectations realistic? Are we setting people up to fail without realizing it? Let me So we had this conversation. There was someone supposed to be here, not I. He's true. He's absolutely correct. He was not supposed to be on the show tonight. It was supposed to be the name that rhymes with Ray. So
and Technically, he was on the show for like 2 seconds.
Okay, lawyer. Okay.
Technically, he was for like
Now
a
cheerleader.
second and a half. But,
Gadget.
Inspector Gadget, facts.
Inspector Gadget was here. Okay. And then he was gone.
And then he was gone. Got on the camera to ask for help, and it dipped. I said, all right.
He just say hi. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Are our expectations realistic or are we setting people up? I don't know why I keep saying settling for real to fail without realizing it. So this reminds me of, I wish I had the episode number because that would have been a good plug.
Come on, plug.
2 of Carter Love After Hours. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep.
But
you gotta go back and find the number.
With Ray and Ryan. Well, first it was Ryan. We talked about my list because they tell women to make a list, okay, of what we want in our partnerships. So we went over my list. Ryan was like, "You could probably take all this stuff off or whatever." I put it in ChatGPT. I had like over 40 things on my list.
Oh,
and I put it in
ChatGPT. $40.
Into it. I told ChatGPT condense it to like 10, 15. They condensed it to like 10, 15. Then we talked about it again when Ryan and Ray came on. It was the other Ray, so he was reckless with his mouth. They bullied me. I felt bullied. And I said, Ryan, you ain't never been mean to me. He said, well, it is the after hours. I said, you're right.
You got another side.
That's the side.
You got another side. There it is.
After hours.
Right.
So basically, honestly, after having that communication with them, and reflecting with myself, I realized the list was not what it was. It ended up being a list of what not to do, right? Yeah. Reality is, baby, trust your healing. You know what not to do. You know where not to go, right? So I had all these little expectations written down, all these things. The reality is also, as you learn and grow, all that stuff is going to change. Because you find more connection with yourself. You also stop holding on to what other people want for you or what they tell you should want for yourself. Yeah. And so where I'm at right now, my only expectation is for you to take care of yourself and for you to care for me. Yeah. Because there's a certain level of, I don't want to say care, but when you care for a person, you're going to do things for them. You're going to show up for them. You're going to support them in the ways that they need to be supported. You're going to care about what happens to them. You're going to care about what they're doing in their life. There's a certain level of that. Right now, that's all I care about. Yeah. You care about me, I care about you. We're taking care of each other. That's all I care about.
That's all you need. That's all you really need.
That's the only expectation I have.
That's all you really need.
You know what I mean? Yeah. As things grow and progress, choose me and I choose you. And we do that for the rest of our fucking life.
Just keep doing it. Just keep choosing.
I mean? I feel like we were overcomplicating it.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I feel like our expectations, and just to be clear, when you say expectations, can I also enter where like preferences?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, because like that's what the list was.
Right.
But again, for me, it's like I didn't need it. I know, you know what I mean? But also
Right.
I thought I knew what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
And,
I mean?
and that be the thing. We think we know, and
And
we
that was
don't be
throwing me all
knowing.
the fuck off.
We don't be knowing. And most of the things that we think we know be based off of the feeling that we got when I watched this TV show, what I saw in this book, this and thing. And it's just like, okay, that's cool. But
Yeah.
that may not be what you need. It may be what you
Exactly.
want, but it may
That's
not be
the
what you
thing
need.
right there.
What you need. You
We
might need something else.
equate the two, and they are
Yeah.
not equal. What
Yeah.
you need.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And so I think expectations,
Also, sorry,
preferences. You said what?
what you need may not be the same as what the next person needs. So it
That,
goes back to stop comparing. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Comparison is the death of contentment. Just
Because
like, yeah, it will kill it quickly. I think one of the easiest ways to miss your blessing is to have too many preferences. You will preference and expect you will expect your way out of your blessing because it didn't fit your list,
yep,
but the blessing wasn't on your list. The blessing was the blessing, and now you didn't turn down this situation to do this one because this kind of fits your list, and then you get 90% of the things on your list, and you're like, you know what? I don't even like this. Do I really want this? Whole
that
time
part.
your blessing didn't come in the package you thought it would, but it's still your blessing. And so I think 100% expectations our expectations as a whole. I think society wise are super unrealistic,
Mhm.
and it causes us to miss our blessings, and
Yeah,
it causes us to have other people miss their blessings. You might be the perfect situation or perfect person for another individual, but because of your preferences, now you're not there in space, and now they're not getting what they need, and just it's just a lot of people out here not getting what they need, and now
yeah.
we just out here walking dead relationship wise, just out here, just,
Not the
bleed
walking dead. No, but for real, I feel like we cling to them.
every
I know
time.
me personally, when I write stuff down, it's it's law, like almost until I reach a certain level of healing, and I'm like, oh, I can let that go. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I just got done away with the whole. I don't even look at it. I don't even think about it. I go with what feels right in my body. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So you want to finish your thought? You got.
I was distracted. I don't know what the hell I was saying anymore.
Okay. So I want to say this funny. Yeah, I'm everybody's type. I got what everybody like. You funny. So I'll admit one of my guilty pleasures is I love watching those pop the balloon, the little dating shows.
Yeah.
They be coming on. They got the road men or road women, and the other person coming in. And it's so interesting to me when like I'll see they'll kind of go through the process, and you'll see someone pop, and they'll pop, and they'll be like, I didn't like his jeans, or I'll pop, and they'll pop, and I'm like, well, yeah, I didn't like the shoes that she wore, or they'll say something to me that's so mind blowing. They'll be like, well, I just don't think they're my type. And so when I hear people say certain stuff like that, I'll be just sitting there like, well, if your type was working out for you, you wouldn't be on this show. At one point, are you gonna realize maybe your type ain't the best thing for you? Maybe
Maybe you
we
don't even following your type.
yeah, who developed this type for you, and what was that type developed out of?
Well, that's
I,
the key right there. What
yeah,
was it developed out of? What
like,
brought you to wanting this type of woman? And why the fuck
yeah.
is it working out for you?
Yeah, so it's just like I even, that's sometimes a popular question, like what are you into? What's your type? And I remember in prior versions of myself what my answer used to be, but I'm saying evolving now, kind of similar to yours. Like honestly, my type. I remember last time someone asked me that. My type is she got to have a love for God, and she gotta be really into me. Like, I mean, really, 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 really into me.
Like,
I think if you love God and you into me, we can figure everything out. Tall, short, dark, light. We could everything else kind of depends on those two things for me. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, My type is excited. That's it. At least a GED. At least a GED. That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, I feel like we get caught up. We get caught up, but I also feel like we get caught up because of appearances. What is it going to look like to this next person?
Yeah.
What is it going to look like to this next person if I'm with this person?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I do feel like we confuse our needs and wants, but I also feel like we don't know what our needs are. We know what we've been taught to want. We don't know what our needs are. And the
Yeah.
more I'm healing, but also the more I'm observing other people's connections and other people's healing process, the more I'm knowing, okay, that's what she needs, and this is what I need, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
You know what
Very
I
much
mean?
okay.
Oh, that's what he needed, and that's what okay.
Yeah.
That's why this works. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I feel like it's powerful. It's powerful when you actually receive that, sit back
Yeah.
and receive that. And I think in a lot of ways, I knew what I needed, but I was going after what I was taught to want.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's a word. That's a word. Taught.
and
We were
so
taught to want this. Yeah.
we are taught to want
Who
it.
taught you that? Who taught you that?
Shut up.
Who was the teacher?
The church house, my mama, mama. No, just kidding. You wanna go there? Let's go.
That's funny. But man, that is so true though. Like a
Oh, for
lot of
real.
times we don't just like it's a whole nother conversation. But of course, as a therapist, you think in this space a lot of just like we don't always check our thoughts. Not every thought that we get is our thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It
I
we
I was talking to my therapist and I was telling her because what was talking about like not knowing about relationships and about experiencing healthy relationships and questioning them, like having self-doubt about it. And she said, whose voice is that?
mm,
And I said,
good
it
question.
sounds like such and such and such and such, but I thought
Mm,
I quieted their voices a long time ago. But this is a
mm,
new season where I'm experiencing new relationships. So their voices, because I used to trust them about relationships, have came back.
yeah.
So I have to again recenter, refocus, talk to myself, and shut it down because I need to be doing what's best for me. People will think they know what's best for you because they care about you and because of whatever they went through. Reality
Mhm.
is, you know your history.
Right.
You know what's best for you
Yeah.
all
That's
day
good.
long, twice on Sunday. You know,
That's real. Real stuff.
real
Real things
things we
that.
talking about here.
Real things we are chat about. Yeah, man.
Real things. All right, I'm gonna move to the third question. We're moving
Love me, mommy.
on. Okay, work with me, not against me, baby. What does healthy communication actually
Ooh.
many of us struggle with it?
Ooh. You see it. It flew out the finger. Look,
The pen was
pew. That thing said pew. You want
healthy
you want to start this off?
communication
You
and
want to
why
start off?
we struggle with it. Um,
Go ahead.
healthy communication. Um, for me, it's like it's not communicating to be right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not communicating. It's not listening to
To
just
respond.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know. Um, it's really actually listening. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are they reading between the lines? What are they feeling? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know me as a therapist, I do also look for what it's connected to because it'll help me to better understand why they're moving, why their energy is the way their energy is. Um, but that's information that's not offered to me, but I
Yeah.
find it. But I think that healthy communication is communicating, actually when you feel it,
Mm-hmm.
communicating. I feel like people say timing is everything, but I also feel like sometimes we put too much weight on time. I feel like if you feel it, say it. Let's talk about it. You let it marinate, or because if you let it marinate, it's gonna be bigger than what it really was. Also, you're
Mhm.
gonna start drumming up things in your mind.
Yeah.
Your mind will start communicating some shit to you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But I also feel like sometimes we make it seem like things are gonna take longer than they actually are. It could be a 5-minute conversation and you thought it was gonna take longer. So you waited and now you're mad about something that wasn't even real
Yeah.
because your mind had drummed up some stuff. So I think that communicating when you feel it, I feel like is important. Even if you just write it down and like, I'll send you a letter or something. Like,
Yeah.
finding a way to communicate it. But also I think that listening is a big part of communicating. I think that um, trying to understand where a person is coming from instead of trying so heavily to be heard or to be right.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us struggle with this because we don't know how to name our feelings. We don't
Mm.
even feel our feelings. We
Mm.
don't know how to name them. We don't feel our feelings to know what the fuck our feelings are telling us, so
Yeah.
that we don't even we be mad and don't even know why we're mad.
Yeah. And we don't know who owns the feeling. Sometimes we be blaming people for our feelings when it's your feeling.
You
Why
made
are you
me
feeling
feel
it?
this. No,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Hmm.
This happened, this thought occurred, and this stuff started happening. So now you feel this way. Now,
Hmm.
in relationship to this individual, yes, but did they make you feel this? Absolutely not.
They could
Not
have inspired it, but they
all
didn't make
have our own like coping skills and stuff that
it.
happened in the past that's all connected to what happens in front of us right now.
Hmm.
But I feel like the more we learn, we get to know our own feelings and what they're telling us, the more we can actually communicate what's going on in our bodies. If you
Yeah.
can't communicate what's going on in your body, then you can't communicate. Like, you know what I mean? You're always going to blame the other person. You're always going to push the responsibility off on someone else. So
Yeah.
then it's like, well, I don't want to communicate because it's just going to end up in a fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to communicate because they don't understand me.
Yeah.
Baby, you don't understand you.
Yeah. That's why you think it's going to be a fight. That's why you think it's going to be conflict. That's why you think it's going to be issues because of your thoughts and how
Yes.
you show up and not necessarily the other person. Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Um, if I can add to it, because I agree with everything that you said. I think, again, I think most of us grew up with that saying, you have two ears and one mouth for a reason. You're supposed to do twice as much listening as you do talking. Sometimes healthy communication has nothing to do with words. Sometimes healthy communication looks like creating a safe space. Sometimes healthy communication looks like physical things. All right. We may not be good right now, but we're like, to your point. Yes, I believe there's a balance. There's things that happen in a moment, and we need to address it in a moment. But there's also things where, hey, because of the heat or the tension in this moment,
Yep.
this
I
is not the best time to have this
I
conversation.
get that.
So healthy communication looks like, I know I have to say something at some point, but right now, even in this in between, I'm gonna show you that even like whatever this thing that we haven't talked about yet, it's not gonna stop the love that I show you. So even while I'm still figuring things out, I might be navigating the issue. I'm still gonna go make your plate, or I'm still gonna do
Yeah.
this, or I'm still gonna help you here. That communicates even while we're dealing with an issue, you won't leave me. Yeah,
Yes.
you may not have left the house, but you're still emotionally here. You're still like everything that you are is still there while we're figuring out this other thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Necessary. It's
I think, yeah, healthy communication is giving space, like you said, to hear more than to be heard.
Mhm.
Um, and sometimes healthy communication looks like, hey, I don't want to respond in this moment. Let me hear how you feel, and let me take the time to process
Yeah.
what I heard from you first before I respond.
Yeah. There's this
Um,
uh
go
guy,
ahead.
his name is Shanti, and he's in his relationship, he's the spicy one, he's the fiery one. He wants to so they have this rule. Because like you said, when tensions get high, you don't always want to communicate in that space. They
Hmm.
have a 24-hour rule. After 24 hours, they have to talk about it. You don't have to wait the full 24 hours, but after 24 hours,
Yep.
Communication has to happen, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's a powerful rule, especially for a spicy one.
Yeah.
um, and I think that even listening to what a person can, like, there was one time I vented to you, and you were like, that's what y'all doing. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, that's his boundary. This He doesn't want to communicate about this. That's okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's those listen to what a
Right.
person is telling you. If
Yeah.
they say I can't have this conversation right now,
You can't have it.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You
It
can't
is what it is.
force that on them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're trying to get something out of it, because baby, you're not gonna get what you want.
At all. At all.
Because they're not in a position to receive what you have to say, or
No.
they don't want to. So they're not gonna give you an opinion.
At all. At all. And you have to respect it. You
Yeah.
have to respect it. There's ways of still, like, if you're really adamant in this moment, I need to be heard, write it down and give it to them.
Yeah.
Write it down, give it to them, and then let them process. At,
Exactly.
at least I said what needed to be said. You get the relief of I
Yep.
said it, but you still give them the respect of on your own time, we'll communicate. And I think for there to I'm gonna just say it, for there to be healthy communication, there has to be safety.
Yeah.
Hard to communicate in spaces where you don't feel safe.
Yeah.
You might feel physically safe, but
Mhm.
if I feel like every time I say something, you're not even listening, you're just trying to flip it. Every time I do something,
Yep.
it's just like I don't know. I don't want to talk. Like I don't want. I rather sit in this than bring up this because you're not even gonna listen to me. Like, what's the point of talking? What's the point of communicating? So I think healthy communication starts with safe environments
Yep. And safe on both ends.
on both
So
100%. Yeah.
safe and respect on both ends. So if you say I can't talk about this right now, or I can't, I don't feel comfortable touching on that topic or whatever, right? I have to respect that. I feel like, for example, me, I've lived a heavy life. My partner may not always be able to receive that, especially if they care about me in a way. I might not be able to just be like, this happened, this happened, this happened. And today this happened, so it triggered me or remind me about all this shit that happened. You know what I mean? That might be too much. So I have to respect that they're like, ooh, babe, can I
Yeah.
tell you? Like,
Yeah. No, 100%. Right. Right.
like, I'll sit next to you while you talk about it in therapy. Like,
Yeah. 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 Real talk. You know what? You said you inspired another thought too. Understanding communication styles. Understanding communication styles. Some people may not communicate. Your partner may not communicate the same way that you communicate. They may not express things the same way you express it. So meeting them where they are, so that you can both hear each other in the way that you need to be heard.
yeah,
Um, it might work best. I might like to talk in the mornings, but you may like to process, and while we're sitting in bed before we go to bed, that's
yeah,
your time to unpack.
yeah,
If I care about you, then I will adjust for the sake of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But also vice versa. If the partner cares about me, then we'll make those compromises and those adjustments.
yeah,
Another person may not do good with conversations without food, so you might need to go ahead and just make this meal one time, make it very comfortable, and now we can talk. You know what I'm saying? There's so many communication styles. Maybe it works best when you guys go on a walk. Let's go on this walk. Let's get active. Let's get outside. And for some reason, that helps or that works. To your point, even having those, knowing each other enough to set rules and boundaries that fit for your relationship,
yeah,
24-hour rule, like you talked about, um, or the whatever works in your relationships, being
yeah,
intentional to have those spaces in there. But I think communication is more than just talking. Communication goes back to intention. Do I know, and am I trying my best to know my partner enough to know
yeah,
what is the best way to communicate to where it's heard? I'm hearing them and they hear me.
yeah. I also think what I've learned is important is being okay with friction,
Yeah.
because sometimes we don't communicate, or we don't communicate effectively because we are not okay with friction. So we might
Mm,
water our shit all the way down.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you water stuff down, it loses its flavor, it loses its oomph, it
100%.
loses its meaning. You know
100%.
what I mean? And so you may not even get the clarity that you actually was trying to get because you didn't watered it down.
Come
I
on.
learned
Ooh, that's a word. Mhm.
uh, because the reality is we can have a difference of opinion or we can butt heads a little bit until
Yeah.
we figure out where each other is at. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Um, because it's like also knowing that your partner is trying to understand you. They're not trying to pick at you. They're not trying to tear you down. They're really asking you these questions to help you or understand you.
It
And
goes
I feel like being okay with that friction because you know on the other side of it is clarity and closeness is good.
just
You know
know
what
anytime you see me do this, just know you cooking. Yeah, you cooking. You 100%, 100%. I heard someone say sometimes we forget who's talking to us or who we're talking to.
That's
It,
right.
it's easier to have, uh, dare I say, healthy conflict. It's easier to have healthy conflict when you remember the person that I'm
Yes.
talking to cares about me. This
Yes.
ain't no stranger. This ain't no random person off the street. This is someone who, for the sake of this scenario, someone who I know really loves me and I love them. So I'm not taking anything they say personal. They're
Yeah.
not here to attack me. They're not here
Yeah.
to hurt me. They just see something that
Yes.
because of their closeness, like you said, they can speak to. And because of who they are, I should be able to trust that. I should be able to be like, you know what? I hear you.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget who we're talking to.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget who's talking to us. But
Well,
yeah, that's real.
yeah. I think it's easy too though, because for me, there's an individual that's incredibly honest with me. And in the beginning, I'm like defensive, and my walls are up, but then I'm like, damn, but they are that's real though. I'm like, damn. And so I'm like, so girl, calm down. Like,
Right,
if they
right.
being honest, like calm down. And I
Mhm.
had to like, for me, it's like, okay, it's a little bit easier when I'm like, they love me, da, 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 da. But this is like a new situation. So I can't be like, I don't have that to hold on to, right? So
Right.
what I hold on to is the fact that they don't have to be honest with you. They don't have to take their time to
Mm,
spend to say these things. They also don't
mm,
have to observe me enough to know what the fuck is they're saying is real. You know what I mean?
right.
So they care enough to
Mm-hmm.
sit here and have this conversation. They also care enough to
They trust
deal with
you.
me
Facts.
being defensive and
Facts.
still saying what they need to say in order
Yeah.
for me to get the
They
growth that
they
they're trying
trust
to pour
you.
into me.
They trust you enough to take off the mask.
Yeah.
I think that's when you know you're really kind of like you're really developing something healthy when you're walking around weightless.
It's
Like you see my flaws.
intimacy. It's a
You see
it's a different
you,
level of
you
intimacy.
see my flags. You see them. My
Yeah.
flags. You see them, but you still find a way to navigate with me through
Yeah.
those things. And now we find a way to turn the red flags into green ones because we're working together.
Yeah.
I'm a Bible thumper, so the Bible talks about iron sharpers iron.
Yep.
And in that space, it talks about iron sharpers iron. It's like a brother will make another brother better through, you know. But when you think of that when you picture that iron sharpening iron, that shit is not a
It's
it's not a friendly. It's not
yeah.
it's not a yeah. It's rubbing. It's aggressive.
Yeah.
It's conflict.
Yeah.
You're seeing sparks flying, and
Yeah.
it's molding and shaping. Like these two metals are changing through this process, and it hurts. Like sometimes it's painful.
Yeah.
But if you just so happen to allow yourself to go through it,
Yep.
the changing that you go through, the pain that you endure, or the conflict, that tension creates a sharpness.
Yep.
Now both of you are so much sharper and
Yep.
are able to navigate different things because you're not afraid of the friction.
Yep.
Sometimes you need that friction. You need that.
Yep. It also helps me honestly too, because having that friction with someone that I care about and that cares about me, it also helps me to advocate for myself more because now I'm like, I can have healthy friction and still be safe. Or at the end of the day, I know I still have me. Um,
Yeah.
but
Facts.
I feel like before I had trouble advocating for myself
Mm-hmm.
because friction was always scary for me. Then I started advocating for myself because my self love was so bold. But there's ways that I can advocate for myself without being vocal, right? But now I'm able to be more vocal because I feel like I've dealt with healthy friction. So I feel like I know the difference. I didn't know the difference before. Friction was friction and it was
Right.
uncomfortable. And I
Right.
was no.
Yeah.
I did what I could to avoid it.
Right.
Um and it's not something it's not a good quality to have. I can tell you that much. You know what I mean? As a
Mm-hmm.
therapist, I'm gonna have to say stuff that's
And
not gonna be
relate.
comfortable for my client to hear. But they need to hear it in order to grow. The call that God has on my life, I'm going to have to be honest with people, and they're not going to be okay with it.
Come on, call. On your
And
life.
that's a healthy friction.
Yeah. 100%.
That's my job. My job is to be
100%.
honest about what I'm seeing, what God has shown me.
Right.
And that's what, it is what it is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I have to say it whether it creates friction or not, whether you like
Mm-hmm.
it or not. It's
Yeah.
how you gonna be like, ooh, this shit was right.
Look, and speaking of relationships, I think good parents understand this dynamic the most. Sometimes your child, as much as you love them, they're gonna ask you for things or want to do things that if you let them do, they're gonna hurt themselves. My daughter one day said to me, "Hey, Dad, I love you. You make really good food. I don't want food anymore. I just want to eat candy. I just want candy." And she said it so nonchalantly, and I was just like, "Okay." I said, "Baby girl, if I didn't love you, I would just give you candy. But because I love you, I know if I just give you candy, it would hurt you. So sometimes you're not gonna like that because I'm gonna tell you no because I see, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so yeah, sometimes that we need what feels weird because it's uncomfortable. But when you really love a person, you will say, you know what? I have to say this. We have to have this conversation.
Yeah.
And it's because I care. If I didn't care,
Yeah.
go and do your thing. And when the shit blows up, I told you so. But if I care, I can't just
Yeah.
see you playing in the street, see a car's coming and not say something to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. I hope so.
Y'all.
Ooh.
Y'all.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
did you
Queen.
see did you see Shay's comment about being single?
I did. We was cooking though, so I couldn't put it up
We
there.
was. You funny, Shay. It's going crazy in the comments.
So shocking you're single. Damn, that list.
Why you why you singing it? Why you saying it like that? Why you reading it
I'm
like
just reading.
so shocking? You're single. Damn. The wisdom I heard.
Did you hear that though? I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping.
It'd be your old sister.
I'm not tripping.
It'd be your old sister.
Oh. Overall understanding of your partner and y'all's new circumstances.
Packety pack
You
packs.
said no, I missed that part. I missed it too, right?
That
I know what
part.
she's talking about.
All caps. That part.
I also missed the part where he's single, but whatever. Tear.
That's funny.
Okay, hold on. I don't know what this part was on. I want the smoke.
He probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
My personality confronts head on more often than not these days.
Basically, he's saying he liked to argue. He said he wanted the argument. Come on, let's argue.
Honestly, I'm learning that I don't have the patience for the
don't
be around the bush. Just tell me.
Yeah, I don't got the capacity. Some people's love language is argument. Some people think you love by arguing. I just like,
I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue.
I will check out.
I do want to communicate. I do.
Yeah, we're not arguing.
So much beauty in really understanding. Like not understanding because it's hard to understand a person's full mind, but understanding where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Like, you were thinking about it like that. I was thinking about it like this, though. Yeah. We're in the same situation, and it's like
two different. Yeah.
Like, oh, we really just live different experiences.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think the beautiful thing, like people don't talk about it enough, but the beautiful side of healthy relationships is the superpowers that you develop as a couple. Now where my sight, my perspective on things were limited, I now have damn near unlimited sight because what I can't see, she can see, and what she not looking at, I can look at, and we can go back and forth. We can leave a room. I think what Kendrick had his verse in Baby King's recent song when he was like, what did he say? He said something like he's like, I'm like Young Thug. I would gossip with my chick too. For those who understand the Young Thug situation, they caught him talking to the girl on the phone about everybody in the rap game. But I bring that up to say it is such a cool feeling when you and your partner can leave a situation like, hey, did you peep? Did
Yep.
you? Did you? What did you think about X, Y? And now y'all got to you just get to sit back and just be strategists, and y'all just be on the same page
Yeah.
on the same page. I got these insiders and all these things, and everybody else is seeing things, but y'all two have 360 vision because you know what I mean. I think that's such a beautiful thing, and there's so many beautiful sides of healthy relationships.
Yeah.
So many beautiful sides. So yeah.
The next question is, in what ways do we avoid accountability and how does that impact the relationship growth?
Mm,
Avoiding
mm,
accountability. Mm. I think we avoid accountability by not facing our history.
okay. Yeah.
Because if you don't face your history, then you don't really understand your role in things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't
Mhm.
understand why you're moving the way you're moving. You know you're moving the way you're moving, and it's easy for you to be like, it's your fault. You know what I mean? It's easy
Yeah.
to point the finger because you have not done the work to understand that you're the reason why you're moving the way you're moving.
Use the problem.
You're the outline. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Also, another way we avoid accountability is by venting to our friends instead of our partners.
Ooh, say it.
We've talked about it on this show before. A lot of women are not telling women when they're wrong. So when you
Mhm,
vent to your friend, she'll be like, girl, yes, leave him. Oh, I wouldn't, couldn't be me. I wouldn't have stood for that.
mhm, mhm.
You gotta
Yeah.
realize who the fuck you talk to. You
Right. Right.
have to realize.
And let's be real. Sometimes we have enablers in our life, and we know it. I know I'm gonna talk to this person because they're gonna
Yup,
go whatever I say. A matter of fact,
yup,
they're listening to hear what I want to hear,
yup.
and they're gonna say it. But I'm
Exactly.
gonna avoid talking to this person because they know they're in the situation. They know the stuff that I'm not saying. I'm only telling this person all the parts of this story that make me look like the victim, that
Yep.
make me look like I was right, make me look. But if I were to say, "Oh yeah, but I did say this though," "Oh, but I did do this," and well, I kind of did
Yep.
this, things would change. And so
Yeah.
we
But to add to that,
yeah,
even a person who's not in the situation, there are those people who are going to be like, bitch, you was wrong.
right,
You
right.
won't go to them.
Yeah, yeah, and we know it. It's
And
intentional.
that's avoiding that accountability.
Yeah, yeah. We avoid accountability by not being brutally honest with ourselves.
Yep.
Um, we create these narratives in our mind to justify what we do. I think one of the I remember I was having a conversation with someone with a friend, and they were like, yeah, telling me about a situation with someone else, and they were like kind of going on and on about all these things. They were like, yeah, but they were like, yeah, I know I said X, Y, and Z, but do 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 do. But when you listen to what the X, Y, and Z was, it was like, hold on, wait. Let's rewind. Can we acknowledge what saying X, Y, and Z did to this situation? I understand you're downplaying in this conversation, and to you, it doesn't it doesn't connect to what happened. But imagine if X, Y, and Z wasn't said. Do you think things would have went a certain way? And so, like, just being sometimes we got to be very brutally honest with ourselves. Yes, I experienced this thing. Yes, this person did this. What was my role?
Yeah. What was
What
my
role?
role? Because in everything, like I said, in everything, I know. Both of my marriages, I know what my role was. all my codependent friendships, the friendships that are no longer, I know what my role was. I know the role I played in. It always takes two. Now,
Mhm.
are some people more extreme in that, in
Mhm.
those situations?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in those like really unhealthy, like the abusive. Yes, it's
Yeah.
never your fault that you're being abused. You know what I mean?
Right.
But are there things that we do in these different connections? Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. And some of it is just not paying enough attention to us.
Right.
You know what I mean? But some of it is not holding ourselves accountability.
Right.
Um, it's just a lot. There's a lot of different things. You know, shit.
Right.
You know your role. You know what
On
happened.
on a more famous, on a more popular, famous level, it's like these dare I say these Chris Brown concerts. First of all, as a boyfriend, if she want to go, don't go with her. But there was one famously more recently where I want to say the fiance went on stage, which was already the setup. She ended up kissing Chris Brown. He called off the marriage, obviously. And her response, she was like, "This wasn't cheating. I just got caught up in the moment, X, Y, and Z." And I just be like, man, accountability. Because like, what if the shoe was on another foot?
The reality is, how many times are you going to get caught up in the moment, and with
It-
how many different men? Like,
right,
what situation has to happen for you not to get caught up in the moment?
man,
Does that
man,
mean you can't go to no concerts? Does that mean you can't go to the club? Like, how can I
yeah,
trust you in
right,
situations for you
yeah,
not to get caught up in the
come
moment?
on. And that means also your loyalty is dependent on who the person is. You're not really loyal to me.
Situational loyal.
It's
Situation.
situational. If the right or wrong person pops up, your loyalty is in question. And so accountability, yeah, it's at an all time low.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so necessary for healthy relationships.
I don't know if Shaylease was cheering him on or what. He said, "Let's not breeze over your role. Let's recap." She said, "Both of them."
Sure.
I'm happy to share. I just talked to my therapist about this too because I don't think she knew that I already knew. My role in, and I'm gonna tell you, actually, in all of my relationships, like let's say up until 2021, maybe 2022, my role was I shrunk myself. I shrunk myself to be whoever they wanted me to be.
Yeah.
So there was like different parts of myself. Oh, you don't like that I'm loud? Okay, with you, I'm not gonna be loud. I'll still be loud over here though. I made myself into who was palatable for them in front of
Hmm.
those different individuals. If I'm not being my true self, you cannot truly choose me. So when I start showing up as myself, you're like, who the fuck is this bitch?
Hmm.
It's me. I've been me all along. I just minimize these pieces of myself.
Right.
That's one thing. The other thing is communication. I waited to communicate till it boiled over. So a
Hmm.
habit was already made.
Hmm.
The habits were already made. So now I'm asking this person to stop doing something that they've been doing for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Hmm.
So that was my other thing. The other thing was I fell for potential. I have the gift of insight. I can hear what you want, and I can see how you can make it happen. I
Let's
also
talk about it.
how you really want that, right? So I'm thinking
Talk
we're
about it.
working together to reach this goal. Reality is I need to fall in love with who's in front of me right the fuck here.
Hmm.
If you never reach any one of these goals, am I still gonna love you?
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
didn't know that at the time, so I fell in love with that. The very first guy though, I fell in love with how he felt about me.
Hmm.
Part of that was empath. I thought that I was feeling the same things. The other part of it was not being healed.
Hmm.
I I I thought no one else would want me because I didn't feel wanted by my own family, and this was a
Yeah.
man that wanted me. I
Yeah.
said no one else is gonna want me. I might as well.
100%. Yeah, I feel that. I feel
So
that.
I know my role in things. I know it comes from a lack of healing. I know it comes from shrinking, and I know it comes from lack of communication, which is why I personally I do try to communicate when I feel it. Because if not, I will give myself excuse not to speak up.
Yeah.
And then it'll boil into something that it doesn't need to, and then I'll still speak up, but once I've spoken up, it doesn't come off as well as it would if I would have said it when I felt it.
Come on.
At this point, my mind has already shifted stuff, and it's not looking the way it actually was supposed to look, and I'm already making decisions based off what my mind is telling me,
Hey,
and I don't have the clarity because
that's
I didn't
real.
get it from the person that I'm actually feeling a way about.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you really said something that I think plagues a lot of our generation, especially dynamic between men and women. I think women have such a superpower of seeing potential, especially in guys. Y'all have this unique ability to look at a person, look at, as you get close and be like, oh, you could, oh, yeah, you're, but
mhm.
potential is different from projection.
Yep,
Potential allows you to see what they could do, but what
yep,
do they really want?
exactly.
Projection allows you to see, okay, he may not be there yet, but based on his habits now, I can project that
Exactly.
if he continues to do X, Y, and Z, he's going to get there. Oh, based on what he's actually doing now, I can project on what
Yep,
he really wants,
exactly.
and vice versa. And so, also, I think a lot of times people don't respect process.
Yep,
Sometimes we want to meet people when they're in their final form,
yep.
their finished package. And
And we didn't
granted,
even get ours.
right,
Yeah,
we still
they didn't
our
get
roots,
to it.
right, our roots ain't even fully cemented yet. And I think
That's one thing for sure, though.
yeah, you rob yourself of the joy of growing with people. You rob
Yes.
yourself of the joy of saying, hey, remember when we were here? Look at us now. And not just look at us from a materialistic standpoint. Yeah, we might have a car now, we might have a house, but look how much closer we are. Look how much easier we communicate. Look how much safer we feel. Look how much more healed we are. And so I think because we're microwave, we're air fryer generation, we have no patience. We expect when I meet you and I feel these feelings, you got to be perfect now.
Yeah.
When granted, you might have met what you met and fell in love with this, but you haven't even experienced all the love that you're gonna fall or experience all the way when you grow with this person for 10 years and you get to see their growth. You get
Yeah.
to see your growth and you get to see y'all
Yeah.
growing together. That in itself, I think, is a beautiful thing that a lot of us rob ourselves from experiencing. So
For sure.
potential, projection over potential and process. Respect the
No, for
process.
sure. 100%. I think that all of that is so real. Projection is I've never labeled it that as that way, but I think that's a powerful term because we always fall for the potential, but
Mhm.
also we miss what people are actually actively doing because we're so focused on where we want them to go or
Mhm.
be, but we also forget who they are right in front of us, and I think that that gets missed, so we don't even get to enjoy, like you said, that process of growing, you
Yeah.
know. And honestly, I think it's beautiful to start with a person and watch them grow, but also it's even more beautiful to be a part of that process with,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Um,
It
and I
creates so much
think that
safety.
it's been beneficial on both parts because I know me when I see my people winning, I feel like I'm winning. You know what I
Right.
mean? But also when they learn a lesson, I feel like if I'm right there with them, I'm like I'm learning a lesson for myself that might not even be the same lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so I think that that's a beautiful way of putting it.
Yeah. I think like what do you say? Was it Ross? You were or was it Drake? You wasn't shooting with me in the gym. Uh when he was that famous like Kobe line. And it's like, I think I would feel more intimate and more connected in a relationship with someone who grew with me
Yep.
when I didn't have.
Yeah.
And now that I'm having, it creates such a space of safety because
Yeah.
I know now that you're not here because of all of this.
Yeah.
You're here for me because you were with me before all of this was there.
But not to mention you knew me before I was this.
Yeah, you've seen these different versions of me.
To me, that's a powerful thing.
Hmm.
'Cause I've in these last 4 years, I've gone through so much change and growth and healing, and I honestly forget until, the little things be popping up on iPhones or Facebook, and they be like, "Oh, this was 5 years ago," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" All the memories flash back, I'm like, "Damn."
Yeah,
It's powerful, and
very.
it's beautiful to
Yeah.
experience that with someone.
The creates
Um,
such a bond.
yeah,
Creates
it's
such a
beautiful
bond.
to experience that with someone, to
Hmm.
that growth.
Yeah,
Uh,
such a powerful feeling when you get to that place where you're like, you can't tell me about my partner. And
right?
I've been with it with X, Y, Z. That you can't tell me nothing about them. Yeah, that's a powerful place to be.
It is a powerful, but it's also powerful to remind yourself. You know what I mean? That's
Hmm.
one of my biggest things. That's one of the things that helped me to not shrink currently, because sometimes people get intimidated by the confidence, by the ego. And I'm like, baby, you worked hard for this shit. Cause I remember when you felt like you were nothing. You felt like you were worthless. And
That's right.
now look at you. You know who the fuck you are. You know your worth. You're standing in your purpose. You know
Come
what I
on.
mean? And so it's powerful to know that yourself, but it's also even more powerful to have people around you that are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I remember when we glanced back, but then we move forward. I
Hmm.
remember when,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's a
yeah,
beautiful thing. That's the makings of a strong tribe, a strong relationship. You know, you
it's
set a
also
root.
beautiful confirmation,
Yeah.
especially like, people they've seen you through lifetimes. You've been connected to other people in relationships with other people. Now they see you now and they can be like,
Yeah.
the way you are now with this
Hmm.
individual or who you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's cool. It's really cool to experience that for sure.
100%. 100%.
So the second to last question is, can love alone sustain a relationship, or does it require something deeper to truly work?
Oh, you want me to get this one?
I
I-
don't think that love is enough.
Ooh, okay, go crazy.
Love is beautiful and love is powerful, but I also feel like I can love someone. First off, I can love someone who don't love me. Let's go there. Um, they might love me, they may not be in love with me or whatever. However you want to tear those terms up, whatever. But I also feel like I've been in situations where I needed a certain level of care, or I needed a certain level of comfort, and I didn't get that. And so things became pretty one sided, which became a weight. Um, I feel like love does not equate to effective communication. You know what I mean? You're not, just because I love you doesn't mean I'm going to communicate with you effectively. Doesn't mean I'm going to, show up for you in the way that you want me to show up for you, because I may not know how, right? Love doesn't automatically be like, oh, everything's gonna work out now because I love you. You know what I mean? Now I have all these skills to be there for you, and you have skills to be there for me. You know what I mean? So it's not like a all in all kind of thing. Um,
Mm,
I think that relationships still take the work. They still
mhm.
take the adjustments. And I think that that deepens the love. I do think that that deepens the love, and I think that it makes it a more powerful choice. Like, I'm really choosing you because I know that you come with work, and I come with work. But I don't think that love alone can sustain a relationship. No,
I
absolutely,
respect.
absolutely not.
I respect it, but I also respectfully disagree.
Hmm.
I think it depends on how you define love. So I know for some people, love is defined as a feeling.
Hmm.
This butterflies, rainbows and bunnies and all that. Yeah. And if that is how love is defined, then I can understand that perspective. However, I believe love is more of a verb. Love is action. Love is a lot of things in one. And
Hmm.
so, being a Bible thumper, I also believe that love is so powerful that it's kind of hard to be defined by the fickle and sometimes fleeting and just ever changing feelings of humans.
Hmm.
Sometimes I feel like you need love to be defined by something that does not change,
Yeah.
something that is set in stone. And so when I think about the Bible, I kind of pulled it up to the side. There is like in for what I believe from my belief system, God has already defined what love is. And so if I go off of this definition, I feel like love is all that you need. Granted, love is more than just one thing. It's a verb. So if I can go ahead and read this, this is 1 Corinthians 13, chapter 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 7. Read it from the NIV, New International Version. The definition of love from the Bible's perspective is love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Love always protects, love always trusts, love always hopes, and love always perseveres. So
You know,
now,
King James version.
coming from I'm a King Jameser too, you know what I'm saying? Um, the these and the thous. But I really
I
feel
feel
like
like I always feel like newer versions of the Bible water it down. But go ahead.
I can respect that. I can respect that. I know sometimes that's a whole nother show topic.
Yes.
But I for me, I look at the principles. What is the principle that's being taught here? What are you trying to give me? And what I took from this is love is so much more than how we define it as people, as humans. Love is the work. Love is the reason why you're patient. Love is the reason why you process. Love makes you think about how you communicate to the person. Love makes you think about more so how you're going to say it than what you're saying.
Yeah.
Love, love, when it talks about love, keeps no records of wrong. Love doesn't say, well, I know we talked about this. You said sorry 3 years ago, but in this moment, I feel some type of way. I'm bringing it back up. Like love does all of those things. Love is, to me, love is more than just a person. Love is a department. You know what I'm saying? Like love is it has so many sections to it. But because that's how I define love, and that's how it's defined from the belief system that I have in Christianity and the Bible, I believe love is enough if you're truly loving. Now, with that being said, when you define love like this, it makes you look at other things that you've experienced, like, oh, that wasn't love.
Mhm.
Oh, that was this, but it
Mhm.
wasn't love. Oh, when you said you love me, you probably wanted to, but you didn't even necessarily know how to, because if this is not what it was, then it wasn't love. It was a desire to love, but it's not it. And so sometimes I feel like, and like I said, it goes back to how you define it. At the end of the day, even with
Reread
my huh? Reread it.
it. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna reread it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna reread it, but I'm gonna pull up.
King James,
I'm gonna pull.
please.
Can I do the New King James just so it has a little bit more modern?
Isn't that what you just did?
No. That's NIV. NIV is New International Version.
Oh.
NKJV. So NKJV is King James, but it's just written in a more modern tone. And so, New King James
It's
version
all watered
says,
down. No, just kidding.
what you say?
I said it's all watered down.
I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion. I'll say this before I read it. I've always been the type of person that believes that you can get lost in a book. How you and show up in the world and how you treat people really shows me what you believe.
Yeah.
Even in this watered down, drenched, drowning book, it literally says that you can be a pastor, you can have the ability to have miracles, you can prophesy, you can be able to see things that other people can't see. But if you have no love, you have nothing.
Mhm.
In this watered down book, it says that. But in First Corinthians 13,
I don't
4
say this.
through
I don't say this watered down power. I'm saying we could rise with all power.
I know we have some devil advocates, but for my God advocates, you know what I'm saying? I'm just fighting for you guys. I'm just fighting for you guys. I know you get a bad rap. But in First Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, from the New King James Version, reading it again, it says, love suffers long. It starts off by saying that. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity. Come on, iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, it believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Verse 8, love never fails. But whether there are prophecies, they will fail. Whether there are tongues, they will fail. They will cease. Whether there is knowledge, it will vanish away. But love will still be here. So depending on how you define love, some if you define it by this biblical terms, I feel like love is enough. But if it's defined another way, then it may not be enough.
But what
So
does that look like in a relationship? Like in action. What is what you just read look like in action?
it looks like waking every day and putting in effort. What I would say is a person who is truly trying to love is going to fall short. We are a limited resource. We are limited in our understanding. But if these are the parameters, if these are the boundaries that shape your love, what it looks like in a relationship is actually like filtering what you do through this. I want to say this to her. Hmm. Is what I'm saying kind? Nice and kind are two different things.
Yeah.
Nice, you're probably not going to say it at all because you're avoiding conflict. Nice
Yeah.
is more people pleasing. Kindness makes you think about how you're going to. I know it needs to be said,
Hmm.
but I want her to receive it.
Yeah.
What is the best way for me to see it? Before I do this, am I operating out of envy? It meant like this in action makes you check yourself.
Hmm.
Mm, I feel this. Am I operating out of pride? Am I puffing myself up right now? Matter of fact, yeah, I feel like I'm right in the situation, but did I come off rudely? Because if I came off rudely, then that's not really loving. So
Yeah.
I think what this does, it gives us a filter that
Yeah.
we can filter everything that we do and we say through. And I think if at the very level, like if we literally took these four verses, and before we did certain things, and granted, I'm saying something that is it's more easier to say than it is to practice, but just because something is hard doesn't mean you don't try. But if we
Exactly.
were to just take these
Doesn't mean
four
it's impossible either.
exactly, but if we were to just take these four verses and use them as the parameter for how we interact with other people, that by itself would change the world. Because if we stopped and said, "Is this kind?" If we stopped and said, "Am I moving out of pride? Am I being provoked right now?" If I stopped to say, "Am I being petty?" Because love says it does not rejoice in iniquity. I should not feel good about doing petty shit.
Hmm.
Do I am I being petty right now? Am I feeling good about something I'm about to do that I know isn't good? Like if I were to use this as a filter for all things that I do, I think that would be one of the healthiest relationships ever. Because how can you not continue to love a person who's always these things?
So does this come first or does the feeling of love come first? This
I
is the action of love, right?
yeah yeah.
So the feeling of love would come and then you would move into the action of love.
I think great question. I think to your original point, the before you can even really granted the feeling of love is going to be there when you interact with another person. But just like we were saying before, if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, it's going to be hard to connect with someone else. So I feel like the action of love starts first with ourselves
Yeah.
so that it can truly confirm the feeling of love with someone else. Because
Mm.
once I'm doing the work in myself, it allows me to really see is what I'm getting from this person really their effort of love or is it love bombing? Is it effort of love or are we trauma? Like, are they doing these things out of pure spaces or are they doing it because of an unhealthy attachment style? Or, it allows me to see things from a different space. So I
Yeah.
feel like to answer your question, the action starts before the feeling, but the action starts with yourself first. I feel like you're always going to feel it. You're going to feel it with a person, but after you feel it, I can sit back now through this lens and truly test the feeling. Is
Mm.
this true? Okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so that would be my answer.
But do you feel like say you you love this person and you go through these filters, do you feel like you know you love a person when you don't have to go through those filters? It just happens naturally. Like, how do you know that you love someone? Like, you know what I mean? That you're in love with them, and this is the person you're sharing your life with. It may not be forever, right? But you're
Yeah.
sharing your life with this person.
So I would say this. I'm gonna answer the question directly, but I'm also gonna add the human aspect of it. So I think the only way that you can get to a point of loving a person without going through this is by doing it so much that it becomes muscle memory. It's almost like um, Curry. He can shoot a shot from any part of the court to the point where he don't even really got to look like that. He needs a quarter of a second to get the shot up. But the only reason he can do that is because before he played that game, he spent so many hours in that gym to where now it is just instinct. But if this is the parameters of what love is and how love is supposed to be expressed to others and how in the filter that it goes through, then that's what it is. I don't want to. It is. I think sometimes God makes things very simple. He tells us what it is, and then humans, what we do is, well, well. Well, what if? What if? And God's like, okay, well, regardless of the situation, you still got to be kind. Regardless of the situation, you still doesn't work if you're puffed up. However, I was having this conversation with someone else, and sometimes, in a more humanistic way, what love looks like. I'm gonna speak there from a guy's perspective. All these things are still true, but like that feeling of love sometimes can be very scary. Sometimes for a guy, we know we're in love when the feelings that we have for this person scares us, and I'll explain what I mean. Uh, I feel like women have been kind of prepared and programmed for like the lovey-dovey since birth. Y'all got the dolls and y'all play house and the husband and the wife and all these different things. It's nurturing. And I think naturally some of those roles, like it creates such this love, sweep me off my feet. That's not the same for us guys.
Mhm.
Uh Sometimes, most times, when a guy really falls in love, there's this moment when you finally realize it. You just sit down, you're like, damn, I think I love this girl. Shit. It is and it sounds crazy sometimes when from the outside looking in. But what it really why it's like that is because for men, we know when we really love, what that means is I'm willing to put my life on the line for you.
Mhm.
What it means is now, if anybody comes at you crazy, even if I don't even want to fight, ain't nobody gonna talk to you crazy. To the point where now I'm ready for war,
Yeah.
even though this may not even really be my battle.
Yeah.
Even if you the one initiating the issue, and I'm like, dang, chill. But if they just so happen to say something to you, I'm going. It gets scary because sometimes we now know that the things that I'm willing to work myself for the bone just to see you smile,
Yeah.
just to put a smile on your face, and sometimes that can be scary, especially when you don't know if you're investing in the wrong
That.
area.
Yeah.
So, on one hand, yes, from a very clear, no wiggle room, this is how I would define love because it comes from a source that doesn't change based on feelings. However, I'm still a guy, I'm still a human. And sometimes how I feel that love and how I experience in that moment may be like that. Is yeah, damn, I love this girl. But I
Yeah.
think to maintain it and for it to grow healthily, it needs to be filtered through these spaces. At least for me, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Should be
I
filtered.
get that. In my imagination, in the way I've moved in relationships, I feel like that stuff just tends to come naturally. That's why I asked if it for you, if that's what it means. Honestly, for me, I feel like I know what love means in theory, but I feel like I don't think I've experienced a romantic love. I've experienced the love
Mhm.
that I have for myself. I experienced the love that my kids have for me.
Yeah,
A romantic love, I don't feel like is something that I've truly experienced,
got you.
which is why I was kind of curious to know how you kind of formulate that in your mind as a man.
Mhm. Throwing another one out there for those who are curious of the good book, the watered down good book. Uh,
I just like King James. Damn.
there's this.
I was
This
trained that way.
Me too. Me too.
Brainwashed.
We're coming from the same space. Coming from the same space. But there's this book in the Bible, the one that most people don't really know about unless you're like really in there. It's called Song of Solomon's. For without giving out spoilers too
Uh,
much. For
I'm
those
gonna
who are interested
spoil
in
over
them,
and over, sir.
Song of Solomon's is one of those books of the Bibles that makes it very clear that God invented sex. But he invented it with
God,
intentional boundaries. But when you want to talk about like romantic love and what it looks like practically in real time between two people, like literally the Song of Solomon's this is in the Bible, it's pretty much a love letter between two lovers. And you hear the wife talking to her husband, and husband talking to the wife. Granted, the language is old school, so they're saying stuff like, uh, may thou eyes are like shineth like the greatest
push
sunset,
through.
and
It's
then
not watered
thou
down. Push
you
through.
know,
Just
you know
kidding.
what I'm saying? And
Like,
so, but
yeah, baby.
but I love this book because one, for some people, they're like, why is it even in the Bible? Um, Two, it shows that God is a lover, and it shows that He intended for us to love on each other and love on each other in ways that we experience euphoria and the best of it. But He just created boundaries for us to do it the right way if we choose to do it the right way, His way. But yeah, for those who are interested, Song of Solomon.
For
It's not
those
that
who
long
are
either.
interested in reading about sex.
I'm saying, I'm saying,
That's
I'm
what I got
saying.
from that message. If
You
you're
know what I'm
interested
saying? Get a little spicy.
in
Get
the
a little
Bible,
spicy. One of the lines he says, "May thou breast satisfy me for forever." I'm like, go ahead, satisfy. Go ahead, and that's in a good book.
satisfaction. And that's in the good book. It was a clock in.
It's in a good book. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
I
god.
got a freaky side too.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, go crazy.
Go
Mm.
crazy. Go crazy.
These comments be right though. I love don't pay no bills right here. Respect.
He was
Are
playing.
we the drama?
He was not playing.
Telling me a lot. Go crazy.
I'ma
And
do better.
I want to speak to this too, because sometimes, I guess it's all important, but sometimes we get too lost in words, not enough in action. Because
That's
what's the point? What's the point of me saying I love you, but I
that's
don't
my
show
biggest
it?
thing.
But I don't show it in any form. Like I
That's
don't.
my biggest thing. It just becomes a habit. It just
Yeah,
becomes something you do.
yeah,
It's not.
and
There's no power behind it.
yeah, to the point where they'll say like I love you. You be like, well, do you? I, I can't tell. Like I, and so, but there's sometimes people be so. It could be, I mean, reassurance is a thing. Reassurance is a thing. So being able to communicate where you're at, communicate how you feel is a thing. But I also feel like if you know your partner, sometimes the words don't necessarily have to be said. They're showing you every
Yeah.
single day. They're showing you in
I
their answer.
I've always felt like what I wanted with me and my partner is this energy around us. You see that you can see that we care about each other, we take care of each other, but we don't have to be all hugged up.
Yeah,
I don't have to kiss him and all the
yeah,
shit. I mean, of course, I'm gonna kiss my man, but you know what I mean. I don't. We don't have to do. I love you. I love you more. Like it's not necessary. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna show you, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna
right,
feel it when I make food for you. You're gonna feel it when I show
right,
up for you at your event. You're gonna feel it when I show
right.
up with your bit. You're going to feel
Feel
that
it.
I love you.
Yeah. And I'd rather feel it than hear it. I'd rather someone never tell me they love me, even though I still would like you to tell me. But
I'm the worst affirmation girly. I have to hear it.
I would rather. I want to hear it too. I ain't gonna lie. I want to hear it too. But if I had to have a choice, I'd rather feel it. I'd rather feel it and hear it. I'd rather say, you know what, I ain't hear it, but I see everything that you're doing. Okay, that's love. I feel the love. But yeah, tell it to me too.
Yeah. I I think that that's one of, like I said, one of the greatest things that I'm learning is the pattern. Is what am I seeing? What are you doing? What are you showing me? And less of what are you saying? Because people can say things all day long. Like sometimes, and it don't words don't hold as much weight as they should or as they used to. It's more of what are you doing to show me this thing? Um, to ensure that I am safe here in this relationship, darling.
Facts, facts.
You
And
truly love me, or
I'm
you
reading these
quiet.
comments. These comments been going crazy. Hey, Shay and Ray are funny.
Like,
Shay and Ray.
oh,
Oh my God, did that, that did sound kind of off.
me too. Oh, I know. I got up there. It was too late to post those.
It's all good. If you know, you know.
It
You
was
got it.
like,
You got it.
you gotta watch the live, y'all. If you watch the replay, you gotta watch the live, read the
That really
comments.
does suck that the live comments don't translate to the.
They will when I pay for the StreamYard.
Oh, say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more.
That's how they get you. No, I'm just kidding. StreamYard, make your money, baby.
Go ahead. We ain't even mad at you. Go ahead and get your buddy.
I understand the marketing. Get you do
Yeah.
what you do. All right. So, at what point does comfort in the relationship turn into entitlement, and how can that shift genuine effort into obligation? I will say this,
Go crazy.
one of my greatest fears, because all I feel like all I can only speak from my perspective in those relationships, but I feel like I've been loved or cared for out of obligation. Um which isn't real love. So it's like, what is that? Care or whatever. Like, I don't know. Um, but I feel like that's what it's been. Entitlement and obligation due to titles that we held in those relationships. Because when you go from being a girlfriend to being a wife, of course, there's new levels of like expectations or whatever, right? So I feel like um I'm not entirely sure what the shift would look like. I know what it looks like in theory, but as far as experience, I've yet to experience that. But I will say it starts in the beginning. You know what I mean? I feel like you lay that foundation
Yeah.
in the beginning. So if I'm already, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I've already sensed this, also a lot of times in relationships, you talk about that shit beforehand, right?
Mhm.
What are your expectations? What are you expecting from your partner? What are you expecting from your wife? What are you expecting from the mother of your child? Because these are things that we're hoping to grow into, especially with you. They say we're dating to marry.
Mhm.
Fine. So those conversations are usually had early on, but then also sometimes people talk about things that they think that they want, and in reality, they don't actually want those things. So it
Yep.
also takes some paying attention to that, right?
Yep.
So you see it all in the beginning. But if you happen to miss it, um, how can you shift that into genuine effort in an obligation? Um, I mean, in genuine effort,
Yeah.
whatever.
How
Yeah.
can I shift? Yeah.
Um, I believe it goes back to what we've communicated about is one, understanding what you need and want and how you're showing up in the relationship, but two, communicating that. And grace and patience.
Come on, Grace.
Because if you've had cycles of this happening, it's not going to change overnight. I
Mhm.
I have to have that conversation with myself often. I expect because I change fast. I once I know something, I apply that shit and I'm gone.
Whoa. Yeah.
Everyone's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Your partner may not be like that. Your friend may not be like that. So grace,
Yeah.
patience,
Come on.
and acknowledging the patterns that they're creating, right? If they're
Yeah.
if there's patterns of effort being made, of progress being made, acknowledge that. That has to be enough right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
Uh, so I feel like that's what I would say. I would say communicating, I would say grace, and I would say patience.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly. I don't really feel like I'm gonna say too much anything that's different because I feel like that is it. And going back to what you said originally, the foundation. I think you're always going to settle into entitlement, and things are always going to shift when you stop doing the work. And if you do the work for 10 years and then you stop doing it on the 11th year, that shit gonna get rocky that 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
so it's constantly, it's almost like realizing that this is a lifestyle.
yeah,
Love is a lifestyle. Love is not and a switch that you turn on and on. Love is a lifestyle. You have to live it daily. Also, I've just heard in listening to successful couples, listening to those who are experts or have deemed themselves experts in this space and have shown the fruit that they are, constantly checking in with people.
mhm,
I've heard that there's some people that are practical enough to where they have um, I'm speaking more so from a marriage standpoint. They have marital meetings every quarter,
yeah,
and so every quarter they check in and like, "Hey, I need a grade on how good of a husband have I been this quarter? What are some things that I could do better? What are
yeah,
some things that I'm killing it in that I can just continue to do, and vice versa? What are some areas I can be better as a wife?" To the point where there's also people that they have every 6 months or every year they have these meetings, which in itself is intimate because it's just you and them. But they're like, hey, what has changed? I know when we got together, this was a goal for you. Has any of that changed? Are you working towards anything else? Are you evolving? Are the things that you used to like here, do you still like that? Do you like other things now? Even, I mean, if we can get deep, it's after hours, even to the bedroom. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The love making may evolve. Yes, I may have liked X, Y, and Z in this space, but now I like this more. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? When we first met, it was tequila out, bang, 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 go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But now you know what I'm saying? I want to be sober and I want a slow stroke. You know what I'm saying? Look me in my eye.
hey, I won't be
But
good.
just staying connected with each other and allowing, not only allowing, embracing the evolution, but
Yeah,
being a part of it, checking in. Hey, what's different? How are we? So you never get to a point where you are waking up to a stranger.
yeah, and that's a beautiful thing because the reality is, I always say I change by the minute. Okay, you can tell me something. No, seriously, in this conversation, I've learned something new. Right? I've already applied
Same,
that shit. You know what I
same,
mean? I'm already a different person. Imagine spending your life, sharing your life with someone, not spending, sharing your life with someone,
Mhm.
and you guys are you met this person and said, I want to share my life with you until the end of time. You guys are going to change so much. And some of it is going to go unnoticed. Some of it
Mhm.
you may not even notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those check-ins are so, I feel like, so essential. Like
Well,
you said, are we still working on that goal, babe?
yeah. Or do you got a new though? If you got a new one, I ain't judging. But
You
let me
know,
know.
I don't care, but I care.
Right. Right. No, that's real. That's real. 100%.
Um, so I feel like that's a powerful thing. I can't read what else I wrote,
Uh-oh.
so it'll come up or it won't. But that was the main thing I wanted to say because also I just don't think that people realize how powerful like check-ins are. Like even with okay, if you've ever read the five love languages, they have like this love meter. You know what I mean? It's just there's just so many reasons why check-ins are important. Even like you said, even if you set them up like weekly, monthly, week,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, because there's so much stuff that life is just a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and you trying to keep up with your life and your partner's life,
Yeah.
and what they just developed within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Care and you love them, I feel like it's important to make that
100%.
effort to consider that. But like you said, I do feel like love is a lifestyle. I feel like it's an active living thing. It's not
Mhm.
just a feeling.
Yep.
Um, and so I think that it's important to
We need to put that. Matter of fact, that need to be a Carter Love shirt. Love is a
it needs to.
lifestyle.
It definitely needs
Ooh.
to. I'm going
Plug
to
the
create
merch.
shirts. I am going to create shirts that are pulled from this shirt, the show. So
Love is a lifestyle. That's a dope shirt from Carter Love Collected. The Carter Love collection. Go crazy.
go crazy, go crazy. Look at
Hmm.
that. Boop. You see how quick that was? Little
You
boop.
know, our supervisor gonna get on us. We a hoe.
Oh, I have a plan, so don't worry about it. We'll talk about it after.
Go ahead, play it. The strategist.
The strategy came to me at 2.15.
Go
That's
crazy.
what I do. Like,
Yeah.
run that man on the wall for no reason now. But that was the last question. So
Ooh, go. Hey, we did that. We did that.
we had 6 questions.
We swam through it.
I'm here for it. So before we close out, I definitely want to make sure that we get the Instagram up on the screen for the oops, I clicked the wrong thing. The Instagram for the music group or
Oh,
Instagram.
breathe the label on everything. Breeze the label.
Can you type it so I can
BREEZETHE.
put it on the screen?
Go crazy. Go crazy.
Go crazy. I said, can you type it in the comments so I can put it on the
Oh, come on.
screen?
Oh.
Are you high? No, I'm just kidding.
And the thing is, I have not smoked yet. It is right here. And I'm like, you know what? I'm so glad I didn't light it.
I'm
Because
so pleasant that you didn't even need weed.
you know me. You know me. I really need no.
You're
This is,
like,
I need
that
no.
man ain't even you. So don't put it
I
there.
be using the weed to calm me down, to be honest. 'Cause I be already turned.
Isn't that what weed is for?
To a certain extent. Now, you know what I'm saying, a little education. If you
Oh,
have more of a sativa that is going to almost kind of give you the effects of coffee, it's going to put you in a space where you're going to be like, "Eh." And usually for people who are kind of in that space, they usually, that's when they experience the paranoia and things like that because of the strain. So for those who are, new to the cannabis, make sure you have a good cannabis friend that can be your guide when experimenting so that they can, know you based on them knowing you can guide you into some of the best experiences with cannabis that you can have. Because yeah, like when the shade decides to give it a chance, I'm probably gonna make sure that it's either a hybrid
why do you want
or,
me
or indica. You know what I'm saying? Or
to?
more. I think you would be sativa. It depends on what we're doing. Because you like to anyway, so it's gonna with you for sure.
The question is, why do you want me to smoke with you so bad? That's the real question.
Because weed is such a community chug, and there's a certain level of connection when you're both high. You're just like, oh, I'm high, you're high, let's be high together. And there's certain levels and layers and things. And then you can have high conversations, and they be educational, they be funny, they sometimes be pointless, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's the thing. And so it's just connection. It's just connection.
Mm, all right. Well, make sure y'all follow Breathe on Instagram.
We gonna start the show y'all with some edibles. That's what.
No, absolutely not. The edibles are not my friend. That's gonna have me paranoid in the corner. Like, are these moving?
Oh yeah, that's on shrooms. That's a whole nother
Are these moving?
shrooms. That whole
My
background, your whole
neck hurts
background will
very
be
much.
spinning. Your whole background will be spinning.
No, shake my head. No. To
All
what?
right.
To what, Ray?
I don't know what's going on, but by the time we have the in real life, yep.
Make sure that you follow my Instagram, Deshae Carter. This is the model Instagram. That's why I'm doing this.
Oh, shout out to Color the Block too. a nonprofit out here in Sacramento, California, doing a lot of amazing work,
You need a
arts
Carter.
and agriculture. Oh, I do
I'm
need a
just kidding.
Carter Love. I do. This is true. I do. I
It
do.
is true, but it wasn't meant to be in place of.
Mhm. And speaking of which, for those who rock with the show, for those who rock what we're doing here, for those who rock with the Shay and all her brands, get yourself dripped in the merch. You know what I'm saying? Carter Love Collection is out, it's live. Dope shirts, dope windbreakers, dope hats, totes, stickers, the pins, whatever you want. We got it. You know what I'm saying? Get some Carter Love Collection drip. You know what I'm
You want
saying?
it? I got it. Dripping
And
like water. You
and
want
and
it?
the, and
Got it.
the Love is a Lifestyle shirt coming soon. Carter Love Collection.
Coming soon to the Carter Love website. Carter Love website. All right. Follows are up. We're going to end with our quotes and affirmations.
Okay.
You read the comments.
Yeah, I was. Hey, Shay and Ray made Acid Tab go crazy. They made the show in the comments for real, for real. But I think I'm gonna be consistent with this affirmation unless something else pops up. But
Oh, he said it's a family show. Well,
I mean, I don't know. Families have adults. You know what I'm saying? They show up after hours. But in honor, you know what I'm saying, of my kids, shout out to my babies. I'm gonna do the affirmation that we do every day. I call it our starting five. I am loved, I am great. God is always with me. I'm a winner and every day is my day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Majamar.
shout out to my babies.
Mhm.
Auntie's babies.
Go crazy. Shout out to Nala, Lil Haiti, my homies. Uncle Callie. Uncle Callie, love y'all too.
All right. Thank you so much for watching the Carter Love Talk Show After Hours. Today, we were able to discuss a lot about relationships. Are they hard or are we making them harder? If you haven't already, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you can notify every time we post a video here on the Carter Love Network. As always, remember that you are worthy always. You are worthy of healthy connections, healthy love. You're worthy of experiencing true, authentic, real love, however that is defined for you. You are worthy of experiencing love as an action. You're worthy of living love and exploring what that means for you. You are worthy of the eye. No, I'm just kidding.
The eye of love.
No. But as always, you're worthy of unconditional self-care and unconditional self-love. Until next time, my loves. Bye-bye.
You know what?